first. Hello. How's everybody doing? I'd like you to meet our glorious cast. Welcome to Wrath of the Godkin, and here are our friends. Say hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
Hello.
everyone.
There
Hello.
they are. So, this is the sixth session of Wrath of the Godkin. Looks like my music is a little bit loud, so let me lower that for you guys. There we go. So Wrath the Godkin is a D&D 5e campaign. Hey Zal, hey Sade. I like that Bulbasaur emote, Owlbear. So we're playing Dungeons and Dragons 5e. Thank you for the applause, Zal. There it is. And we are currently going through a dungeon right now. I'm running the campaign. I'm Matt. I am the DM, and this is my stream channel. And right now, we have Oddish as Kelken. We've got Owlbear as Oswaldian. We have Ree as Ronnie, and we have Ruthie as Waylon. You can see their pictures up there in the top right. Currently, we are down one player. We are down Affinity's player, which is Ink Viral, our good friend. She's currently traveling to Atlantic City to get some real life experience being a tiefling magician. So we'll find out how that goes next time. She might stop in via the chat at some point, so say hello to her there. We also have these, for subscribers, we also have these lovely emotes created by Owlbear and Ink Viral as well. You can see them here. Those are for subs, fun things that we have. And if you want to get involved in the game, you can donate bits to name an NPC, inspire a player, which gives them an advantage on a roll, or we can buff an enemy, which will make the game a bit harder for them. So, what happened last time? Let me pull up my notes to make sure I remember correctly, and feel free to chime in, anyone, if you would like to remind me of something I forget. But last time, the party has been stranded on this desert island, or deserted island, I should say, mostly deserted, and it's more of a jungle island. There's sandy beaches, but there's also a lot of jungles and strange creatures. They met some of those strange creatures, which were goblins, which had kidnapped a young tabaxi or cat person named Tavian. The party fought the goblins and rescued Tavian, but Tavian could not be convinced that the party was worth his time, and he went back to his old camp by the beach. There was also a Dimetrodon that young Oz tried to befriend, but it too ran off into the woods. Dimetrodon being a dinosaur-like creature with a sail on its back. We learned it was not a dinosaur last time. Thank you, Oddish, for that. I did not know that. I thought it was a dinosaur. It's always clumped in with dinosaurs because it is very dinosaur-like. But picture sort of a flat iguana with a stegosaurus like protrusion on its back, but instead of it being a bunch of spiky plates, it's like a frill, like a sail on its back. Anyway, the party looted the camp and found a bone dagger, which they are currently trying to figure out what to do with. They went into a cave because there is a god who lives basically inside Waylon's head. The god's name is Favian, not to be confused with Tavian, who is the Tabaxi cat. Favian and Tavian, very confusing. Whoever wrote this is a real shithead. Um, so uh, the god that lives inside Waylon's head has been telling him for weeks now that there is a source of magical power inside this cave. So the party went to the cave. They found some booby traps. They found a weird, oversized goblinoid creature who was taunting them, kept mentioning something about a worm of some sort that must be in this cavern. The party was mystified. They had no idea what he was talking about. The party then found a bunch of booby traps, which were rolling discs in sort of an elaborate Indiana Jones style ruins puzzle. They overcame that quite easily. And they went into the next room to find the guy who had been taunting them, this goblin guy, had sealed himself behind this magical door, which seems to be only able to be broken through by solving an elaborate puzzle. And that's sort of what they're trying to do. They're trying to figure out what they need to do to get through this this doorway that is magically sealed. While doing that, they discovered that there are some living spoons in cages in this strange ruins facility, and they released one from a cage and it is currently trying to beat the crap out of the party. A flying spoon, like an aggressive dragonfly. Oh, and lest we not forget, at if you go on the VOD on my YouTube channel at moments at an hour and 58 minutes, or I'm sorry, 2 hours and 58 minutes of the last stream, Meowth, my cat, put her entire foot in my mouth, and it was awful. It was legitimately the worst. I'm coughing up hairballs for a week. Is there anything else you guys want to chime in and add? What have I forgotten?
I mean, is the spoon still attacking us, or it's making an escape, maybe?
We're not
aided
really,
by some of the party?
we're not 100% sure what its motivations are, it being a spoon and everything. But we do know that if you can look on the screen, for what we can see is the map here. The green thing below the party's tokens is the spoon. So it's sort of moving from the room it was in and fleeing to the south. So it started here in this cage. I'm going to ping that there, and it moved here. Right now, Kel, you're in your humanoid form, right? Not your wolfen
Yes,
form?
I just didn't know how to get rid of the wolf. Do I just press delete?
Yeah, I mean, we could just stow it somewhere on the map. We know what it is, it doesn't really matter. All right, let me see if we can. The worst monstrosity of all, a teenager. That's right. Oswald will never stop trying to find a pet. Yeah, Finian, Fabian, Tavian. There's a lot going on. Meowthster, yeah, take over as DM by climbing into my mouth and puppeteering me like a hellish Rakakuni. Um. Right. So, check the group DMs, everybody. Ruthie has made a note that there is some loot to divvy up. So, if you would like that loot added to your sheet, please do so. So, like we said, Affinity Inc. is not here. She's at the top of the turn order right here. Oddish, could you switch to our battle music playlist or our fight music playlist, whichever you would prefer? And I want to thank Oddish for being DJ. I didn't do that last time. Thank you very much, Oddish, for being our DJ and working our set lists. I really appreciate that. So we're going to get started here right now. And Affinity is at the top of the turn order. Last we saw her, she was kind of upset with the fact that the party was hemming and hawing about fighting a spoon, because she said, you guys, it's just a spoon. So what we're going to be doing, she's going to open the door, and she's going to approach the spoon. And she's going to try to stab it with her dagger. And she's also going to get sneak attack on this attack because she's part rogue. She's part bard and part rogue. Let's see.
All awesome.
All awesome. Total babe. Extra 1d6. Okay, great. So she's just going to stab at this spoon. There's only room for one entertaining character around here. That's the bard. She's going to hit with that. And she's going to roll 1d6 for her sneak attack. She's going to add 9 onto... Or that's a 9 total. So she chips at this spoon. She slices it so hard. She chops off the tail end of the handle of this spoon. And it clatters to the floor slightly. And the spoon buzzes around with shock. It can't believe that this just happened. It's starting to limp as it flies a little bit. It's looking not so good. If a spoon could look pleadingly, It would be looking very pleadingly at the party right now. And Affinity will say something. Well, it serves you right for bonking us.
Serves.
And that will be the end of her turn. And Wayland, it is up to you to either befriend or murder the spoon.
Unfortunately, I cannot reach the spoon. Closest I can get is right here.
Best I can do for you is right here.
Just hide behind Ronnie.
And so you're not going to, I mean, are you going to try to speak out to the spoon? It is serving spoon right here. It's a serving spoon. That's good, Ray. So you can speak to the spoon if you would like to. Plead with it. Try to make your case.
Mango, it doesn't have to end like this. Please, join us.
Make a persuasion roll for that incredible speech.
Oh no.
Interesting. I know you have a plus 6 modifier because that's a natural 1 with a 7. The spoon it was just thinking about pleading with you guys. Like it was not. It realizes it can't win in a straight battle. It was already trying to get away. It is so pissed off by your condescending behavior that it. Who do you think you are talking to a spoon that way? A living thing. It's going to risk a bunch of opportunity attacks to try to get closer to Waylon, and this will trigger Finn's second attack. I'm not sure if that hits. No, it doesn't. She misses. Do either of you, Oz, or... Actually, do any of the three of you want to attack this spoon?
The spoon is a friend. Oswald is not attacking it.
Okay. Kelken?
I'm not gonna attack the spoon either.
Ruthie? I'm sorry, Ronnie?
It hasn't left my area of attack.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's going to park right here, so you can't do nothing to it. Good call. Good call.
I just flinched because it bonked me really hard last time.
Okay, let's see what this spoon is capable of. Okay, it's going to roll to hits. Okay, a 7 is gonna miss. It's really not looking so good. It's not looking. It tries to flit by your ear, but it is not doing so hot. So it misses.
I'm sorry about giving you mangoes. I didn't realize it would give you an existential crisis.
I must be really out of it because I just made the spoon attack you. Even though I wasn't even looking at the sheet as to whether it was its turn or not, but it was. That counts.
It's fair. It was a nat 1.
It was a nat 1.
You're not out of it. You're just so in sync.
I know.
With your characters.
The spoon got a legendary action. Okay.
The spoon got a lair action. This is its home. This is our land. This family is our fortress. I see you. We only like one avatar on this stream, and that's James Cameron's. That's not true. I just started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender because everyone in the
For the first time?
For the first time. I've never seen it. Everyone says I should watch it.
I'm so excited for you.
I know. I started it, and within a few seconds, I'm like, oh, right. I love Nickelodeon humor. This is perfect for me. I know it gets more serious and more heartfelt, but like the parts audience was like, hey, it's a little corny in the beginning. I'm like, no, that's the part I really like because I grew up on that. Like,
it remains corny. It just gets more mature too, which I really like.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the balance. I thought it was an incredible pilot episode. Like, it was one of those ones where I was like, this is pretty good. But then by the end of it, I'm like, well, I got to watch the next one, right? And I just kept watching until I fell asleep.
Amazing.
But that's neither here nor there. Oz, it is your go.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does the spoon count as an object for spell sakes?
Yes, it is. Well, that's a good question. I would say it is a living object, like an animated object. So, yes.
Is it under 5 pounds?
Yes.
If I were to catapult the spoon directly downward, would I be able to do so while not hitting Finn? Would I be able to, like, shoot it over her head?
Oh, you mean directly south?
Yeah, 90 feet south.
Okay.
Oz is trying to help the spoon escape.
Yes. Let me see. You want to... Okay, so let's... You can see this, right? So... Okay, so 90 feet south would land at, like, here in this room.
Yeah.
Right?
It wouldn't hit a wall, so it wouldn't take damage.
Correct. I'm gonna say it would require a dex save by affinity to dodge it. Otherwise, it's gonna bonk her on the head and perhaps keep going. But
That
she's
is
not
a risk
here.
Oswald is willing to take.
Okay, great. I was hoping you'd say that.
I mean,
Some
Mango
of
might
you
be
may
fine to
die.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. Kif.
Look, Oswald is trying to make a spoon friend. He doesn't want them to get killed by the party.
Okay. Wait, how does this work? It's gonna do... Oh, it is an object. So, oh my god, it would hit her for a 16. Holy...
Holy.
Oh no.
This is gonna be hilarious. Okay. She's a rogue, though, so this should be
Oh
good.
no.
And a bard.
Does
Bards
she have
get
this
crazy
roguish
safe.
thing?
I'm going to give
Oh,
her
yeah.
advantage on this because she knows it's coming and you communicated it clearly that's what you were doing. I
Yeah,
hope...
no, Oswald is going to yell duck.
Okay.
No, it's a
great.
spoon.
Oh no. Vengeful spoons. This is off. We're off to the races, guys. Okay. So she needs to do a dex saving throw. She's good in dex, but she's gonna have advantage on this one. Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I gave her that because that would have hurt. So yeah, she ducks out of the way, and the spoon goes flying. And it lands hereabouts. And is there anything else you would like to do in your turn?
Oswald will yell after the spoon, "Go, Spoony, run! They can't reach you now!"
You're not sure if that has any effect. The spoon seems distracted right now. Okay, Kelken, it is your turn.
Can I ready a spell, like as readying an action? Because I don't want to attack it, but I don't know if it's gonna come back to whoop us.
Yeah, you can ready that as an action.
I'd like to ready entangle. If it moves towards us, I'd like to try and entangle it.
Does that work for floating creatures?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It is on the ground, but it's just a creature in the area.
I feel like it wouldn't affect it.
I don't think it
It
would
is a
either
little itty
because
bitty
it
spoon.
can't. It flies, so it wouldn't be affected by there's no save. Wait, yeah, there's no save on dodging it too. So I feel like it could easily hover away from that. I don't think that would
Right.
actually work on it. You can
And
still
I can't
ready
even
it.
reach the door to shut it in. I will. Okay, I'll. God damn it! I'll ready Fairy Fire to give everyone advantage if it decides to continue attacking us.
Okay.
And I'll just. I'll move closer.
Okay.
How much closer can I go? Only about there. So I will move here. And that'll end my turn.
Okay. Ronnie, it is your go.
Yeah, Ronnie was coming to the door before, after Oz and Kel shut it on us, just to be like, that's fine. You know what? This isn't a big deal. So they're just gonna sort of walk out and just like sort of like just be here and just be like, all right, sorry, really sorry about that. And just wave goodbye to the spoon. Although the spoon has also now, you did throw it into another enclosed room.
Is that
With
your
the
turn?
other-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
With the other bad spoons in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other bad spoon definitely wants to kill us.
Yeah,
Or-
let's just
I mean-
lock the
know
spoons
what,
in
maybe-
there.
I'll go. But what about our idea? I guess hang on. Wait, so are we back on get the spoon to chase us to the flesh door and then duck so it hits the flesh door?
Well, I think this is the wrong spoon.
Yeah, I'm worried that it's going to free its friend in there, but okay. I'll just hang out over here for now.
We have the bone knife. I think we can jerry-rig something with the bone knife.
Alright, I'm just going to hang here and I guess I'll hang with Kel and ready in action in case he gets attacked.
Okay, what are you readying?
Just to, if it looks like it's going to attack him or me, actually, I'll go here. Can I do that? Yeah. If it looks like it's going to attack me, Finn, or Cal, I'll just take a swing at it with my reach. I won't be able to do that. Yeah, I'll just do it from here.
Take a swing at it with your
Just
hammer that
a
you
melee
have?
thing. With my, yes.
I just wanted to remind you in case you didn't put it onto the sheet. I thought you did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be
It was
rude
on
about
the
it.
sheet. I just thought it was. You said you dropped your hammer in the ocean.
No. I know. We had some debate about the hammer. She thought I said you lost your hammer in the ocean, meaning the hammer in pythons that you use for climbing, right? But she took that to mean her war hammer, which was her primary weapon, and it took us weeks to resolve this thing. So I'm just trying to clarify that.
Because I didn't even push back on it. I was just like, damn, that's brutal.
I know,
All right,
you were
that's
like,
how
oh
it
man,
goes.
this is a real survival campaign. All right, here we go. Okay, so Affinity is how far away from this brutal spoon?
Too
Okay,
far.
So she's going to she's just going to step up behind you guys, and she's going to say, you're not even a good spoon. You cause like splinters and stuff. And she's going to cast Vicious Mockery on it. So the spoon must make a Wisdom save or take 1 damage. Okay, let's see if the spoon... the spoon cannot be so easily psychically damaged by that. So that's the end of her turn. So she's like, I thought that would work. It is Waylon's turn.
I wish I had the self-image that spoon has. Goals. Yeah, I guess I'll move up too.
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, the spoon seems to almost forget that you guys are there, seeing the other spoon, what looks to be the spoon that is like
The meat spoon.
Yeah, it's like made. It looks like it was a spoon made of bone that is alive, and it's got like it basically has sinew and muscle on it. And this spoon is going to go over here, and
don't do it, spoon.
it is just going to repeatedly attack the glass, and the two spoons are having like a war battling the cage. At this point, since the spoon has lost all interest in fighting you guys can leave combat if you would like to.
And that's how we leveled up from fighting a spoon.
Exactly. Yes, the party in between sessions has gained a level because they've completed enough combats and encounters in order to do so. And I just thought it would be faster if we did that between sessions. So yeah, there's their victory. I assume you guys want to be out of combat now?
Nah. I'm kidding.
Okay. Let me know.
Push health.
Okay.
Do it.
So-
Under the spoon.
Okay.
It looks like the spoons are trying to get the other bad spoon free. Do we want to see if the spoon stabs the door?
For the love of God, let's just close the door and leave the spoons to themselves.
Yeah, I
Alright.
can agree with that.
I think we need that machine to make the knife gross.
Do we
one
need
from the
to
room you
make
just
the
came in,
knife
right?
gross, though? I think we just need to animate it.
I just got a fancy new knife. I would like it to not be gross like that spoon.
Well, all right. I guess we could try animating it, but the gross thing seemed. They were harvesting the gross stuff for a reason. I mean, I'm sure their original reasons were bad. I'm happy to try animating a non-psychotic knife first.
Hear me out.
I thought we were going to try to grossify it without
Yeah.
animating it, but I guess does it have to be animated in order to be made gross?
Here's what
Well,
I'm thinking.
If
I
it's
think it has to be-
animated, if it's animated, then what's his name? Grunk is probably in there with the murderous dagger. That's probably not doing him very well. So I feel like it's a win-win for us either way.
Here, in this dungeon, we have a room that animates things. We have a room that meets things. We have a room that sleeps things, and a room that gives us goo. We know that the goo affects the door. I'm thinking what we do is we take the knife into the animate room, animate it there. We take it to the sleep room, we animate it, we cover it with the goo, we sleep it, then we stab the door with the knife. But the knife is asleep, so it won't kill us, then we put it back in the cage.
I like that plan.
I like that. Did I miss? Sorry. We cover it in the goo after it's asleep, and it just has goo on it.
Yeah, I think the goo is what gets it.
Okay, I'm open to this.
Yeah.
I don't.
Wait,
Right,
so which
I
is
go to
animating
close-
room? Which is goo room? I know which is sleep room, but like I don't know which one is animating and which one is goo.
This one here that I'm pointing at, that's the animation room. The one with that took the vial that Affinity that Finn was dealing with, that was down that hall. And then the sleep room was down there.
Well, we have enough goo for one more shot, right?
Yeah.
We also might be able to get more, but I don't think we feel good about that.
Yeah.
No,
but then
yeah.
what's the purpose of the room that our spoon, that Mango is currently in right now?
I think
Well, that had the torture looking setup, and that might be where they made, how some of the goblins were infused with this goo.
Yeah.
There's a chair with the straps on it.
No, I think that's just the horrible room. I think we can just avoid the horrible step.
Okay. So
I'm really into trying this out.
so
So I
knife
closed
goes
the door,
up here,
so they're
right?
in there.
Yeah, let's find a cage for the knife.
Oh, there's tons of cages in there. We should be good.
Still just the good cage that the spoon was in, because I did just open it.
Oh yeah, we got a perfectly good cage.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got a cage, and what's your next step?
Knife in cage.
Okay, so you're putting the bone dagger in the cage?
Yes.
Okay.
Oswald very sadly and somewhat reluctantly puts his new knife in the cage.
Okay.
Oz, you'd get a living knife.
I don't think it's gonna be very friendly. The other two spoons were not.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, we may not even need to animate it like we were talking. Like it could just be a cooler knife. Look at it that way.
I'll just figure out how to make another knife. It's okay.
Using the bones of your enemies, Oz.
I didn't think of that. That might be fun.
Toilet is horrified.
Well, we can put some time aside later for craft.
I was just thinking we could buy one later when we're off this horrible island, but
Well, that could work. I was gonna try to make one out of magic.
oh, thank God.
So I guess knife in cage, cage in machine, violin machine, press button is our current
We just
plan.
have to goo it. We have the goo.
Well, the machine does
Does
the
this
gooiness, right?
Does
This
this
is
machine have a spot for goo?
It does.
No, this isn't
yeah.
the. It does? I thought the other machine was the one where we get the goo.
Wait, we already have a vial of goo though, and I think we have enough in there left for one gooification. And there is a slot in this machine for the vial, right, Shore?
The room that you're currently in.
Yeah.
Make a perception check or an investigation check on this room.
As in, like, I swear you said that last time.
I think
Right.
he said that we were in the room where we collected the goo that had a perfect, like, vial-shaped spot.
That is
I
correct.
don't think we...
So
Right.
if you look on the
Forget about
western side of the map, that is the room where you did the goo extraction. So there was a perfect slot for this diamond-shaped blood vessel. You put it in there. You found that vessel in the room with all the pillows, the sleep room. You placed it in this machine in the extraction room. You pressed the button. You heard a drill and a creature's cry, and a tube in the chamber above this machine filled with goo, as you call it, and dropped one portion into the vial that you have. So that is the room with the perfect fitting for the vial.
Yeah.
Make a. I'll just
I'm
tell
labeling.
you now, based on you guys looking around and checking out this room, it doesn't look like there is any clear place to insert the vial. And based on your reasoning, if there was one in this room, it probably would be very obvious given how important this stuff seems to be.
Right. So on the machine, all we see so far is just a place to put the cage in, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, because this room makes it come alive. It doesn't make it be weird and goo.
Yeah.
Because Mango didn't have, like, muscles or anything.
No,
Unlike
Mango
the
was just like
weird-
a normal wooden spoon.
Yeah, Mango's not
a
buff
normal
yet.
wooden spoon with wings.
Yes.
Should
and a
we
lot
still
of
roll
attitude.
investigation perception?
No, it's fine. That's
Okay.
that's pretty much, you guys pretty much nailed it. You see two platforms. It looks like either of these could be used to place a cage upon it.
Can we put it in the cage
Mm-hmm.
and then place the cage with the bone in after closing the cage on the one with the red button?
Right. The red button, to be clear, it looks like the other side used to have one, but it's just sort of damaged at some point. But yeah, you can put one here. So you're basically putting the cage with the bone dagger in it right there.
Yes.
Okay, so all that's left to do is press the button, should you wish to.
Do you
Then
want to... The
Well, we do have I guess
You're
there's
all
nothing
set.
for it. We just
Oh, does Finn not want to press the button?
Fine. I guess this is what I do now. And she slaps the button with her full palm. As soon as she slaps the button, a tube covers the cage, like a translucent tube, so you can still see the cage within it. Almost like placing a drinking glass over it, where you can still see inside. And some crackling of Frankensteinian lightning bolts happen all around the cage, and then some smoke clears, and suddenly it is a bone dagger no more, but a clattering living dagger. And it is inside the cage. The container opens up. The cage is still sealed, and the knife, the bone dagger, now appears to be alive. It too seems to have some viscera and muscle and sinew on it. But it doesn't look quite as corrupted as the spoon in the other room.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess. It was actually made of bone, so
Yeah.
right.
that,
Uh,
yeah, boy, Ronnie, like, does the bonks their side of their head.
Did anything happen to the stand on the right? Like when we pressed that button, or did it just stay as it was?
No, it's from what you're able to just tell by looking at it, it seems as though this area over here there should be a button there. These machines are, for the most part, identical. They're just in various states of disrepair, and there should be a button here to match the one that's on this side as well that would operate this machine.
Right.
But nothing happened because you pressed the button that would operate the one on the left, not the one on the right. And from what you
Okay.
can tell, there doesn't look to be any it doesn't look to be a procedure, like one has to be done and then the other. They look to be, for all intents and purposes, just two versions of the same thing.
I guess to the sleep room we go.
Yeah. We can sleep. We can goo it, and then we can immediately sleep it.
Or we
I
could
don't think
sleep it and then goo it.
You think the goo would wake it up?
Yeah, the goo might wake it up. That's what I'm
Or we
worried
just put it in
about.
the sleep room again.
We could put it in the sleep room again. That's true. All right. Well, I pick up the cage with the living knife, sort of by the bottom of it, carefully, so it doesn't stab me through the bar.
That's a good qualification to make.
It wants to, but the cage seems to be designed with that exact thing in mind, and it seems like it is not able to get more than like a thumbtack's bit of the blade out. So even if it were to do it, it probably wouldn't hurt very much. Okay.
Knock it off.
So you're going to the sleep room, yeah?
Yes.
Oops. Okay. And so there's a room over here that we visited last time, and that has a bunch of pillows in it. And when the party pressed the button last time, the doors slammed shut, and some sort of magical powder or gas was released into the room, making the people inside the room fall asleep. Right now, Ronnie, you're placing I clear the table. The living
and put
knife.
arcade.
The living bone knife is on the table, and you're standing by the button at the ready.
I look at Finn.
Finn sighs, rolls her eyes, and slaps the button. The door.
I'm sorry. I mean, you don't have to. I just figured.
Yeah, you were
really
so gung ho about it earlier.
The door closes, and through a little like viewing window in the door, you're able to see that the pink smoke goes off, and the living dagger goes to sleep. It is now asleep, and the doors reopen, allowing you to procure it should you wish to.
Should we leave it here while we go deal with Evil Spoon? Because I don't want to like have things go wrong, and then we're fighting Bad Knife and Bad Spoon and potentially Mango all at the same time.
I don't
Did
think
anyone
that.
close the door?
If we
Yes.
close the door, it should be fine. I mean, even the meat spoon couldn't get through the glass, so I don't know how much a wooden spoon could.
Well,
Cause that.
I thought we were putting this in there to gooify it.
No, we just have to splash it.
Oh, right. Okay, we can try that.
No, because that's the horrible room. We don't need the horrible room.
Okay.
I'm hoping
I
we don't.
I
need
hope
the
you.
horrible
I hope you're right.
So we go over to the living door, the flesh door.
Wait, have we gooed the knife?
No, but I figure we want as little time between
That's
goo
fair.
and door,
You're right.
and as much time as knife in cage.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, all right.
Who wants to stab the door?
I think the knife can do it itself.
I think we want the knife to still be asleep.
I'll do it if no one. Oz, if you're okay with me using the knife.
I know you all
Yeah,
want
go
me
ahead.
to do it, says Affinity.
Wait, do you want to?
Ugh, fine. And she grabs the cage as if you were asking her to do it. And puts her hand
If it
out
wakes
for the
up, it
vial.
might be a little strong, and it might try to stab you.
Whatever. I'm just like, over like
Okay.
utensils.
That's fair.
Uh,
Cutlery.
whatever you want to call it. And she takes the vial and she pours it through the cage. A little bit runs down the metal, but she manages to do it in a fairly dexterous manner that allows the goo to seep directly onto the sleeping knife. And you see it start crackling with this weird purple energy. It's still asleep, but it seems to be almost like vibrating a little bit. And you can tell it resembles now the spoon in the that was locked in the what you call the horrible room.
Is that how you've labeled it?
Yes.
That's what it says down there. Yeah.
Hell yeah, good work.
Perfect.
Okay, so she's looking at the rest of you and is like, so do I take it out and stab it now or what?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, she
I'd like to
opens the
just move forward in
cage, tosses it
position.
aside, and stabs the door. And as soon as she stabs the door with the altered knife, the door
Am I ready in action to attack the guy if he's still there?
yes, you can.
Rad.
As soon as it begins to rumble and pierce and open, he begins to book it for the back of the room. But it only takes a few seconds for it to sort of split apart and like open up. It's weird, like meaty magic, Slim Jim qualities slipping away into the walls around it, the magic evaporating. And then you are able to see this guy, Gronk, standing at the back and being like, "What? How did you? But you would have to be geniuses to understand our contraptions."
Yep. That's
That's
us.
what we are.
With that, you were readying in action, right? So
Yeah.
you were probably around here when you first saw him. This would be a little bit obscured. So at that
Okay.
point, Oddish, can you send us into some combat music?
Sir.
And I'd like everyone to roll initiative. First, I will select
Whoa!
Affinity's token, and then I will roll initiative. Ooh. Poor Ronnie.
Brutal.
Okay. Let's bring up...
I ready in action to just trip because the door is so weird.
Okay. To be... Oh, let me see if I've got the camera set up quickly here. There we go. And to be clear, this tan thing at the back of the room is a table.
Cable, got it.
Alrighty.
These devices here are sort of like barriers. This big part in the middle, the bulbous part, is full cover, and this thing over here is half cover that you'd be able to leap over. It's like a little gas tank. Let's see who is not on this thing. Oh, Big Boy is not on this thing. Let me bring up his sheet. Okay, he's done. It's not a big. Only the altered goblins are really doing well on this. Oh, the sword descending. I love it. Okay, so we're going to start this combat now, and it is the altered goblin's turn first. So we've got a couple of them in this room. And this first one is going to, let's see, okay, they've got a little bit of extra movement because of their abilities. This one is just going to run straight up to Kelken. And he is going to try to slash at Kelken with his scimitar.
Ooh, that hits.
Is he at disadvantage? I think that's from before. But yeah, he gets a 23, and he hits for 14 slashing damage to Kelken.
I do my thing.
Okay, you do your thing. Which thing are you doing?
my reaction I can reduce by d10 plus my proficiency, so it's a 3 plus 2, so reduced by 5.
This
Okay.
is the fighting style?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
you will
you.
take 9 damage instead, Kelkan.
Thank you.
I'll put it in the thing.
Okay. Okay. Interception, cause excitement and emotion. Okay, that's the end of his turn right there. Another one is going to come from around this machine. Let's see, move 5, 10, 20, because that's difficult terrain. 25, 30, 35, 40. It's not quite within range, but it's going to make a short bow attack against Ronnie. For 9, it will miss. And that will be the end of the Altered Goblin's turns. Yeah, you can tell from the arrangement of them that these guys are clearly... they don't seem quite as dumb as the Altered Goblins you fought before. They're at least intelligent enough to have been at least trained by this guy to work as his subservience. You can make a judgment call about whether that's smart or not yourself.
Good help is hard to find.
Exactly. Waylon, it is your turn.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna scooch here and do a short sword attack
Okay.
on the only goblin I can actually reach.
Right, that'll hit. For 5 piercing. Okay, you
Yes.
chop him in the shoulder, and he howls in pain. He definitely seems like there's something deeply wrong with him. Even his blood looks like it's purplish. It's a mix of black and red and purple. You do a sizable chunk out of his shoulder, but he is one buff stud, and he is not ready to go down yet. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Kelkan, it is your go.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire. It's a 20-foot block, but just on the 2 in front of me, so I know it'll hit.
Okay.
Let me just put that in chat.
Bad blood.
So they need to make a dexterity save. Otherwise,
Okay.
we get advantage.
2 dex saves. Okay, great. And so one will pass, one will not. And let's see, which one did I move first? This one I moved first, so he will fail. So he gets fairy fired, and so he will be he'll be outlined in a blue, green, or violet light. Do you have a preference there?
We'll say purple, because the dot's already purple. I like purple.
Okay. And so he's got this purple outline. So you can clearly see him, and it's much easier to attack him. You'll have advantage on all attacks against him.
All right.
And that's all it does, right? It doesn't have any other...
Yeah, that's all it does.
Okay.
And so
are
then
you
I'm just gonna
to-
move up here,
Okay.
and then use my bonus action to turn into a bear.
Okay, great. Can you drag that yourself, or would you like me to?
Yep. Let me just get rid of it. Hold on. God damn it. There we go. And I just drag it from the thing onto here. Oh, hell yeah. He's stuck in the wall. I can't move him.
Okay. Can you move him now?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay, great. So you're sort of stuck there because you've got 2 guys on them. You can't really move.
Yeah.
But you are now a bear. Okay, it is Finn's turn. Finn is going to have learned at least somewhat of her lesson from taking a lot of damage in previous combats, and is going to try to stay a bit farther away. Let's see. How far away is this guy? Okay, so she can't really do that yet. Okay, well then she's just going to do Vicious Mockery on this one that is closest. She's like, I think you're gross, and you've got these veins. It's like, what's wrong with you? Are you a mutant? You look like a mutant. And he's gonna make a wisdom save. And he passes. He's like, yes, me, mutant! Seems proud of himself for some reason. She's concerned. She's like, is my insult game getting worse? What's happening? And she's gonna...
Goblin together strong.
Goblin together strong.
She's gonna take some steps over here to get sort of like deeper into cover. And... next up, it is Gronk the Unyielding's turn. He is one ferocious dude. You get the sense that now that you've got a closer look at him, he does appear to be a goblin. Somehow, he is a goblin that looks to have sustained whatever this process is that the others went through, but become more intelligent. Like, he seemed to have taken to being altered in a way that the others have not.
Damn, he must have been really stupid before.
It's the only explanation.
So he is going to run back behind here where he has full cover, and then he's going to duck his head out, and he is going to cast his move Magic Bolts on Ronnie. Does that have enough range? I think it does. Let's see. Yep. Okay, he's going to cast it. So that's a 17 to hit. Oh, and it misses because it's a 17.
Oh,
You got
yeah,
an
I
18.
Doesn't hit.
He's like, "Ah, curses! You all are pieces of crap. I'm really smart. I don't know what you guys are talking about."
No one said anything, Mr. Unyielding.
I can feel you thinking it. He seems deeply insecure.
Oh, these are your super hot wives.
What? Oh, I may have been... No, they're farther back. You'll never see them, because this is your place where you die. Graveyard! Graveyard! This is your graveyard! He seems very pleased with himself that he thought of a common word. Okay, so he is going to duck back behind here. Oz, it is your go.
All right. Oswald is going to move over. And I just need to check to make sure both these are within 30 feet. And I am going to use Ganzar's Scorcher.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Let's show that spell description. So, it'll create a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide from a point from you in a direction you choose. Okay, great. So,
You'd love to see it.
oh, emanating from you. Okay, so yeah,
Yep,
these guys...
perfectly hits both.
Right. It kind of bisects the room, but okay, so we'll just draw a fire rectangle. From you. Right there. It covers their faces. It's a sensor bar. Okay, so each creature in the line must make a dex saving throw. Okay, so it's going to be 2 dex saving throws from these altered goblins. Do you add proficiency bonuses to saving throws? I think you do.
Saving throws, I think, yes.
Yeah, if the creature is proficient in that saving. Well, I guess that depends on the class. Yeah, but usually monsters.
No, it's your
let's say
ability
if they're-
modifier plus your proficiency bonus, and your proficiency bonus is just your CR, right?
But again, if you're proficient with it, you get it. Like, I don't add my proficiency to all of my saving throws, only strength and constitution.
On in a typical monster stat block, if it's a high enough monster, they might have some saving throw proficiencies.
Right, but you don't have a. You're not proficient in Dex, right?
I'm not proficient in
No.
Dex. I'm proficient in
You'd be
Wisdom and Charisma saving throws.
Oh, you're proficient
so you're
in Wisdom?
Your saving throw would be your modifier, which is just a normal thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so like my charisma saving throw is the same as my charisma modifier because I'm not proficient in it, but I'm proficient with strength and constitution saving throws.
Player characters get 2 saving throw proficiencies. Monsters, it kind of depends on the CR rating, but they're usually they'll have like at least one, unless it's a really weak enemy.
Okay, well, then they are not looking too good on their Wisdom, so we'll see how they do on this one. Oh, he passes.
Oh, wow.
I'm rolling for the closest one first, and then the next one. He fails. Okay,
Ooh.
creature takes 3d8 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Wait, can I ask why they were taking Wisdom instead of Dex?
Yeah,
Oh, my
Dex.
bad. Let me redo that. Okay, they both fail.
Oof.
Okay, so 3d8 damage.
It already rolled damage
It did?
when Oz rolled. When Oz
Oh,
put
that
the
is
first thing in.
surprisingly low. Oh, it's because of that last one.
Yeah,
It was a
Oz rolled
one.
There's
poorly.
one.
Okay. Well, they both...
We love Oz.
We do love Oz.
the
We
first...
support Oz.
The guy who is closest, that's enough to immolate him, because he had already taken that sizable hit, so he is down. The guy who had been fairy fired. So he is down. The first guy in front. And so this fire just comes out and disappears, right?
Yeah,
doesn't-
it's like a piercing firebolt. It's instantaneous. It doesn't last for multiple
right.
turns.
It's not like it creates. I imagine if there was like grass or something there, then maybe it would set that ablaze. But since we're in a stone chamber, I think it just sort of zoops out, sort of like the statues outside. So it can go away now. Okay, so this guy back there has been burned really badly. I'm very badly burned, and is already bloodied as a result of that. He's like seeping this black purple goo. You caught him off guard with that. He didn't think to use his reaction on that because he was... neither of them actually used their reaction on that because they were so shocked by what just happened. The little owl shooting a giant thing of fire at them. Is that... would you like to move at all or do anything else, Oz?
He already moved to where he is, so he's good.
Okay. Ronnie, it is your go.
Get there that quickly. So I'll just run here. And take a swing at this guy here. With my warm hammer that I knew I had the whole time. What?
Ooh, nice.
There we go. Natural 20. Critical hit. That'll definitely hit, and roll your damage on that. Okay. You bash him.
This is some jaunty battle music.
Yeah, right? Through the Oddish, you can switch it to the boss playlist if you would like, since we haven't
cool.
done that yet. And he is kind of the boss of this area. So you collide this warhammer with his chest and bash him all the way through, splattering some viscera and bone meal into the bear behind it, who sort of recoils.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry. Well, my bad.
But yeah, he is done. He is done so.
Can I use the rest of my motion? My movement?
Yeah, how much do you have?
I went 5, 10, 15, 20 to get there, so I'll just take the next 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And right now, our good buddy Gronk is hearing your footsteps and not liking that, and is going to use his legendary, his legendary action to run over here and cower behind this table. Quite the legendary action. And he's going to call out. He's going to call out and say, "Goblins, this is our final stand. Protect your hero." At which point, two goblins who you did not see earlier as they were hiding behind the vines in the mimic cave that you did not go into, rush in, inspired by their god and savior Gronk. Maybe that's overstating the case. And they are going to join they're going to join the fray. They're going to roll initiative right now. Let's see how they do.
I like that they're inspired by his cowardice.
I know, right?
It's the goblin way.
It is the goblin way. Okay, so they rolled poorly, so they will go there. Gronk is looking sweaty and worried right now, but he's like, You'll never stop me. I mean, you'll never stop me.
Oh, I see. These are your sexy wives, and now you're just gonna make them kill us.
Yes.
Do the other goblins like being called Gronk's wife?
They seem confused. They don't understand the references that you're making. They are also looking around for the sexy wives. They're like, One of them is straightening an imaginary tie.
He is yelling to translate all of this.
Okay, that's the end of his legendary action. Which will bring it to Waylon.
I'm gonna move here so I can see what's going on. Let me see. I think I'm just gonna run up. I'm right here.
Okay.
And yeah, I've taken a dash. I can't.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, this is the start of a new combat round, is it not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Way's top of the order.
Yep.
Right. So that means Gronk is able to do one of his amazing legendary actions, and he is going to cast magic bolts on Way and miss horribly. His second amazing miss. Truly a fantastic boss I have sculpted for you.
A formidable foe.
Okay, so that's the end of Way's turn, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's bring up the sheets. Okay, Kelkan, it is your go. Mr. Bear.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna move up here. I guess I'll also just
Was that
dash.
40
That
feet?
gives me another 30, right? That's 30, I think.
You can move 40 as a bear.
Can I?
Your speed is 40, right?
I didn't check, actually.
40. It should be on
Bears
your...
move surprisingly fast.
Yeah, you can just pull up your bear sheet.
Yeah.
But if you put
It's just very...
if you tap...
Oh, you're right, yeah.
If you tap the token, it should automatically pull in the blue bar for creatures. Yeah. It should show
so that's
40
just like
feet, and its climbing speed is
one up.
30.
Yeah, I'll just hang out here. There's not much else for me to do.
Well, you could dash, right?
Yeah, but then he's gonna hit me, and that's fine.
Okay, fair enough. Well, based on his rolls so far, he might not. He might not. Bears move surprisingly fast. A great sentence that makes sense in D&D and the woods. True. Cocaine bears even faster. Okay. It is.
Is that so? That's like a higher CR. Kel can't turn into a cocaine bear yet, right?
Right,
That's
not
later.
yet.
Not yet. Yeah, that would be.
Maybe if we come across an alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, so let's see. Finn can't really see there, and so she's going to. She can kind of see him here. Let's see if she can do any. Actually, before. Well, it doesn't make any difference. She is going to. She can't do what she wants to. She's moved, what, 10 feet now? Yeah, and she's feeling cocky because she's got you guys on her side. So that's another, so that's 20. That's 20, 25, 30? And she's going to... Yeah. Okay, so... Ah, frig. She can't do that yet. Okay, and then she's just going to do Vicious Mockery on him again. He's got to make a DC Wisdom save. And... he fails. So she's like, you don't have any wives, and you never will, because you're butt ugly. And he takes this to heart. He knows it's true. In his soul, he knows it's true. He wants it not to be. He thinks there's something beautiful inside him that can change it. But then he thinks about his own corrupt heart, his love for gold and power, and he realizes there's nothing but evil within him. It is a deep cut. But he is an alter marrow, and so he's going to use his reaction to have that magnificent 4 damage and make it 2. He gains resistance because he's like, no, I must hold out hope. I'll create a dating profile and put it on all the quest boards around the world. There's someone for me, someone who will respect my charms. And that'll be the end of her turn. Oh wait, she can give a bardic as bonus, right? That's something that you would do if you were a bard.
Yeah,
I think there is a range on that. I think it's like 60 feet or 30 feet.
Let's see, 60 feet, and it costs...
It's a bonus.
It's a bonus action, and it's not a spell. It's just a thing that she has.
And she only gets as many as her charisma mod.
Right.
Which is, I believe, great.
It's crazy high.
Yeah, exactly. And so she is going to... I think she already used 2 in the previous session, so I have her down as 2. I think it reset based on her level up, but I'm going to say she's at 2 now for safety's sake. So she's going to use 1, and she's going to give it to Wei. It seems in character. And she's going to cast a... what was the beverage again? It was a mangotini. No, I know that's not it. Mimosa. She's going to make...
Mimosa, yeah.
She's going to use her magic wand to draw a magical mimosa and have it slap you on the cheek and cast it from around the way. So it's like a magical sparkling mimosa, and it's going to slap you on the side of the cheek. You are now inspired. You can... I'll post it in here, but yeah, you can use a D6 on your next attack, or on a ability attack or saving throw in the next 10 minutes. Okay, that's it for her turn. At the end of this turn, though, we've got Gronk, and he's going to do another of his legendary actions. He wants so desperately for a magic bolt to hit, and so he is going to cast one at the bear. Does a 16 hit? Yes, it does!
16 does hit.
A 16 does hit. Okay, he hits you for 10 force damage.
Ow. I
Understandingly.
mean, roar.
Hey, yeah. See? No.
I did it! I can't... I mean, of course, I did something. I always do, eventually. And then it is his turn. He is incensed by his own abilities right now, and he is going to let's see, what is right. Okay, he's going to try to charm Waylon. So he's going to cast Charm Person on Waylon. So Waylon must make a Wisdom saving throw with advantage.
With advantage.
Yes, with advantage. Oh, you meet it and beat it. So yeah, you are not charmed by his attack. Damn! Someone will find me charming one day. And he starts darting away over here, so he can hide a little bit more. Oz, it is your go.
All right. Well, Oswald is going to wander a bit more into this room. And he is going to cast Firebolt on the...
Okie doke.
Was it Gronk?
Yes. Gronk the
All right.
Unyielding. Okay. That will miss. He dodges out of the way. Plus he's got... because he is behind this thing, he gets, what, +2 because of his cover, his half cover? I believe that's right. So that will miss. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope, just Oswald got distracted stumbling over the 2 downed goblins.
Okay, so speaking of 2 goblins, we've got 2 goblins down here, and they're coming at you guys from the south. They're both going to do dash actions to get in closer to the combat. So this one's going to rush up here, and the other one's just going to rush right behind. And let me get rid of that ruler. And that'll be the end of their turn. And now, Ronnie, it is your go.
Are these things
Half cover. They're like
surmount? Could I get over it easily?
yes, it's difficult terrain to climb over it, but you could. And you could also easily reach across it.
Okay. I think I can actually just use all my movement then to get right here.
Yeah, you can stand
just
on
put it-
top of it.
Be there. And just try to take a swing at this guy. Sorry, I want to look at one thing.
It's over Gronk. Ronnie has the high ground.
Okay. Gonna try to hit him with my... Ooh, don't feel good about that.
Okay, that will miss.
Gonna-
You swing, and he
Um,
ducks out of the way.
Shit, okay. Yep. My War Priest stuff isn't back yet.
Okay, gotcha. Waylon, it is your go. You are still inspired.
Okay. From here. Making sure. Oh, no, right. Right. Just enough to get right here, and I would like to attack.
Okay,
Please.
great. Go for it. Okay, that'll hit. Short sword attack. You stick him in the butt with the sword. He jumps in the air and goes, yipe! Like a cartoon, like Snoopy. And takes 7 piercing damage. He does look considerably buff, though. Like, it's going to take more than that to bring him down. He turns around angrily at you. You can see his nostrils flaring. He is one beastly-looking goblin.
Are you on steroids?
I want something much more powerful than steroids.
Wait, yo, where is... Man, you're up to some bad shit here.
You know it, girlfriend.
Wow.
Wow, you misgendered them.
What? It's hard to tell when they're all fuzzy like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Take an attack of opportunity.
What?
Psychic damage for being cancelled.
He's not woke. He's not woke. I gotta say, that's one of the things. It's one of the main things about Gronk. Either Gronk. Is that your turn, Way?
yes.
Okay, great. Alright, Kelkan, it is your move.
Okay, I have 40 feet. I can squeeze past Way to slot in in those 4 squares to the left, right? Okay.
Mhm.
And then, so I will move over there, and then I will take my 2 attacks. 1 hit.
Okay. Yes, the claws attack does hit.
10 slashing.
Okay, he takes the 10 slashing to the chest. He's seeping blood from the chest, but he is still standing. He is still looking buff and angry. And as you guys are actually doing some more palpable damage to him, he looks like he is about to make his final stand. He's no longer playing around. Basically, he is trying to man up and let go of his insecurities and destroy you guys. At this point, we're back. We just passed the top of the round, correct? With
Yes.
Way's turn.
Yep.
So he is going to make a melee attack using a legendary action with his spear. And he's going to try to attack Ronnie. Does a 12 hits? No, it does not.
Nope.
Okay, so he misses. And that'll bring us to Affinity. Affinity is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's going to run over here. She's going to give Oz a boop on the nose with some bardic inspiration, using her last charge of that, and making a little flapping dragon appear on his forehead. And she's going to go there for you, little guy, in a slightly condescending way. And then she's going to be like, hey, where did these guys come from? Oh, man. And she's going to be like, listen, we don't need you guys here. We've killed a bunch of other guys like you. You guys are basically nothing to us. And cast Vicious Mockery on the goblin closest to her. Okay, it's going to have to make a save. Oh, and it does. It just barely does. It snarls. We fight for the beautiful wives, wherever they are. She's like, there are no wives. Ugh. And she takes a step
Damn it,
back
I've
over
inspired them.
here. It is Gronk's turn. And he is going to... If he can't make a melee... Or he can't make a... what do you call it? A magic attack, because it's a ranged attack against anybody, and that would be with disadvantage if they're close, yeah?
Yeah.
So he is going to... he's going to use his multi-attack to start attacking the bear. He's going to make 2 spear attacks. Oh, he misses badly. And he stabs himself As he's pulling it out, he cuts at his own side with the spear, doing 1 damage. And then he's going to make another attack.
Oh
He
boy.
does it again! This is really the worst
Wow.
day of his fucking life. Oh,
Just
man.
imagining him like trying to bring the spear around to attack this bear, but like the back of the spear just keeps hitting Ronnie. And be like, dude, what are you doing? Your form is terrible.
Form? He's not sure if spearing is something that can be taught. If
Oh,
it
dude,
is, it's new to him.
I forgot to ask for posterity, I guess. I rolled a 1 for my bite attack. Do I take damage for that?
No, it's alright. That's alright. I
Okay.
didn't catch it, so that's a freebie. It's a freebie for you.
Thank you.
And also, in general, critical fails.
You bite your tongue.
Yeah, exactly. I bite my bare thumb at you, sir. Okay, that's the end of his go. Wait, where's his sheet? There we go. Not his sheet. Oz, it is your turn.
Alright, well, seeing these new goblins run in, Oswald decides to run to the goblin that's less of a threat. Right over here by Ronnie. Alright. And
Hi.
he was going to cast Frostbite, but after seeing him fumble so much with the spear, he's just going to go for a firebolt.
Okay. Okay, that will miss him. He
He's too
dodges out of
scared
the way.
hurting us.
It hits right here between you and the bear. He's like, he's understanding he's outnumbered at this point, and he is gonna use his next he's gonna use his next legendary action to try to go for another spear attack at the bear, hoping to make up for it. Third time, always a charm. It does. It does.
Oh.
Okay, so he spears the bear for 9 piercing.
Okay.
Ah! See, it was just it's too agile before. The bear has not moved since it arrived, besides clawing. That's the end of his legendary actions for this round. Oz, do you have anything else you want to do?
Nope, Oswald's just regretting not using Frostbite.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, now it is the other goblins' turn. They are going to run in... How far away is that? I think that's 30, right? It's 35. Okay, this one is going to run in here. And is going to make a short bow attack against Finn. For 9, that will miss. This one will run up here besides him and make a short bow attack against Oz. For 7 and miss. What is with my rolls tonight? That is the end of their turn. Ronnie, it is your go.
See, you need to make sure you have space enough for what you're trying to do.
Don't tell us what to do. We're geniuses in our own right. Well, not them, but me.
And then
Clearly
I do miss.
See, you should pay more attention to what you're doing. Uh-huh.
Well, this time I use my action surge. Does a 14 hit?
You're going for him. Let me bring up his thingy. It does not. It just barely misses.
Just like sort of wavering back and forth, keeping my balance on this weird
right.
tube.
It's a little slippery up top on that thing, and you're having a little bit of difficulty making contact with him because he's
Yeah.
wily. He's wily for whatever he is.
My breath probably also stinks, so it's very distracting.
All right. It's the top of
would've
the
assumed it was
turn
him.
order. Waylon, it's your turn.
I would like to do a hit, please.
Okay. That's without advantage, right? So that will miss. Oh, but you
It
can
is
use
without
Bardic,
advantage, or I could do the Bardic. That's
and
13.
it will still miss.
Oh, okay.
Finn's like, sorry. I guess it wasn't good
That's
enough.
fine.
Uh,
Thank you, Finn. Very encouraging.
And it's like, I did my part.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I tried my best. What's wrong with you? And Gronk is going to use his legendary action, one that costs both of his actions for the turn. He's going to use Forceful Step to move up to his speed to get away from you guys without provoking opportunity attacks. He's going to go here, which counts as 2. He's going to try to get to his boys over here. He does so without provoking opportunity attacks. I'm not running away, I'm just regrouping!
I'm falling with style.
Kelken, it is your turn.
Okay, so since I have 40 feet... Wait, could I even squeeze past Ronnie on the pipe?
It would
You
be
can move through ally spaces.
Right,
You just can't land in them.
But the pipe is difficult terrain, regardless.
Yeah, so that counts as 10 feet going over that, right?
Right,
So it's
exactly.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Should be just enough, I think. Right? You can see that on the ruler,
Yeah,
right? It
looks right
works.
to me.
Okay.
If you're moving...
Oh, yeah, totally.
If you're moving 30, yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah. And then I will just take my 2 attacks against him.
Okay, great. First one will hit. Give me that. You will just snarl at him and bite. You take a big bite out of him, and he is in pain right now. But he's still standing. He is still standing. Still looking
I just want to
fairly
hit these
strong.
2 attacks for once.
Yeah, it's going to be mighty meaty when you do.
That'll be my turn.
Okay, great. It is Affinity's turn. She's getting dangerously close to these goblins. And she's like, oh, just forget all these stupid, vicious mockeries I've been doing. I'm just going to stab it, okay? And she is going to use her Sentimental Dagger on this guy. That will hit for 4 piercing. He cries out in pain as she stabs him right in the ear. He looks like he's...
Right in the feelings.
right in the feelings. Ouch! My heart.
Sentimental.
It's sentimental to her, not to him. And he's going to get stabbed right in the ear. She's going to cut his ear right off. It's going to fly over, and she's going to be like, ew! I didn't really mean to do that, but I guess it worked. The goblin is, like, woozy, still standing, though. And it is Gronk's turn. Because someone's in his range, any ranged attack will be with disadvantage, right? He can't go to Finn. He can't shoot at Finn without imposing disadvantage, right?
There's probably a rules as written for this. I don't know. I've seen it be house ruled, depending. I don't
Ranged
know.
attacks. Let me double check this. Aiming a ranged attack is more difficult when a foe is next to you. When you have a ranged attack, you have disadvantage if you were within 5 feet. Yeah, great. That's what I thought. Okay. So he's not going to do that. He's just going to try to kill the bear. He feels like he can kill the bear now.
Zero.
And he is going to stab at it with the spear. 14 should hit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he will do 7 piercing damage to the bear. Ha ha ha! Now who's big and strong?
Ah.
Eh? I understand
I mean,
not your
definitely
tongue.
killed the bear.
I'm getting there. And oh yeah, he can make a second attack because it's his turn, yeah?
Oh, fuck.
That will also hit for 8 piercing.
And I am out
Oh!
of bear form.
You are
Wait,
out
I'm
of
gonna
bear.
use. I'm gonna no. I'm gonna use my reaction and do my
Okay.
thing. And I'm gonna run up here and take that damage.
Ding. With your that's regular
My
fighting, not your
Valorous
special.
shield.
Oh yeah, great. Okay, so you're gonna take that damage for him. So you're going to take the
Yeah,
8 piercing.
but that does
Okay.
still hit my AC, so I don't have resistance to the damage.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a shame. But yeah, you will take that 8, that full 8. So make sure to subtract that. And, okay. He's like, what? That should have hit him, not you. How did you do that? Damn
I
long
give Ronnie
arms.
an affectionate, like, head nuzzle bump thing.
Yeah, I give scratches.
Wait, that's the end of his turn, so Oz, it is your go.
Oh, also,
Alright.
when I left, I was like, "Excuse me, Oz. Sorry."
Oswald gave a bear a pat on the way by, and I think he just instinctively gave Ronnie a pat when he ran by too.
How fast can you move with
Uh,
Valor's shield, by the way? Is it 30?
30 feet if it's an ally, 60 feet if it's a defenseless NPC.
Oh, yeah, that's fully within the range. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Oz.
Okay, Oz is going to use his last first level spell slot and is going to go for Witch Bolt. I'm
Okay.
going to let you know now, if it doesn't hit, I'm going to use my new feat to make it hit. Or
Okay.
hopefully make it hit.
Oh, to lucky it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It did not hit.
Choice of
Alright,
feet.
I would like to use a lucky point to re-roll this.
Okay, great. That'll hit! That'll hit!
Hell
Alright, let's
yeah.
show that spell
Nice.
description. So, yeah, you're going to do a 1d12 on him now, and then you can choose to automatically hit with that 1d12. Oh my god! Damn, you're getting as
Oswald just
unlucky as
kind of
me.
sneezed and happened to hit him.
With a blazing burst of static electricity, you hit him right on his bald head, and he goes, "Ah, fuck! What was that? Ah, little bird thing."
Wait, I sneezed. Did I hit? Can someone tell me?
Yeah, you hit.
You did great, Oz. You did great.
Yeah, it was all right. And
Don't be petty.
I have the right. You guys are killing me here. Oz, you gonna stay there?
Yep, Oswald is going to stay right here.
Okay, these goblins are gonna try to fight Finn. With their one's gonna hit with the scimitar. That'll miss. The other one is going to try to hit the bear with a short bow attack. That'll hit for 3 piercing. That'll be their turn. Ronnie, it is your go.
Alright, I'm just gonna try to swing on this guy again. Nope.
No, that will miss. He does a little and jumps back a bit, missing the swing. The swing almost hits the bear in the nose, and the bear makes a sad noise. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No.
All right, it is Waylon's turn.
Actually, sorry, yeah. I'm just gonna move, like, over here. Oh, no, I'll stay there so I can jump in.
Okay. Waylon, it is your go. Remember, this is difficult
Okay.
terrain.
Yeah. So it's 10 to get up here, and then it's another 10 to get down. Yeah. So we're at 20.
No, just think of it as crossing this is 10. So it'll add an extra...
So yeah. So it took 10 to get.
No, it's more like instead of that one square costing 5, it costs 10.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to pay it coming and going.
Right. It's not 20.
Wait, no,
it's
wait,
just,
hold on. Can you see that? So it's 10 and then 5. That's 20. Yeah. My understanding. My ADHD is kicking in real bad.
2, 3... Oh, where do you want to go? Because, like, you could go this far. Basically, you can move 25 feet if you're crossing that. It's gonna take 5 off of your travel time.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I'll go here.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What's up?
All right. And are you going to do anything?
Oh yeah, I do have a crossbow, don't I? I'll crossbow the goblin closest to Finn.
Okay.
No, never mind.
That will miss. Okay.
Still doing the mash.
It is Kelkad's turn.
All right. I mean, you already know what's coming up. 1, 2.
Big pause.
God.
Okay, the bite will hit for 7 piercing, slowly chipping this guy down.
Slowly chipping it away.
In fact,
Would you say he's looking bloody?
with that, he's starting to seem very bloodied. He's got scratches all over him, claw marks. He's starting to get like this bloody purple magic that's seeping out from within him. The goo that you guys have found in here is sort of draining from him. He's still charged with it, but he's breathing heavy. I'll take you all out with me. Kelken, would you like to do anything else?
No, I'm staying right here. I'm a tank, god damn it.
That's the spirit. All right, it is Affinity's turn. She's going to simply stab with her sentimental blade. Okay, that'll hit for another 7 piercing. She stabs the goblin in the eye. Ew! And then drops it. Ugh, falls to the ground. Ugh, I hate how good I'm getting at this. And then she's going to move
You're doing great. It's terrifying.
5, 10, 15, 20. Just gonna move here. And did he already use his things this turn? I don't think he did.
I don't.
No, he didn't.
He used 2 things to do that movement thing.
Yeah, but that was last turn. Or
Was that
last
this round?
No, it was previous.
No, it was
round.
before I moved. I started, so it was
So he
last
still has
round.
his legendaries. So at the end of that one, he is going to make a spear attack against the bear. 15 will hit
Ooh.
for 9 piercing out of
Okay.
bear,
I'm-
unless Ronnie has another thing to say about it.
No, because I used my reaction to come over here
Right.
before. But he had.
Wasn't
because
that
was his
before?
bird and this was a legendary.
Okay,
Wasn't
how-
that before I took my action? So wouldn't you get your action back or reaction back?
No, because I did it in response to him doing a legendary action. I think because it's not his. I think.
I'm sorry. Let me help. What is the question we're having?
Ronnie used their reaction to take the damage from Kelkin, but wasn't that before my turn? So technically, wouldn't they have their reaction, or is it until Ronnie gets their turn again?
That was last turn or last round.
I think
should say.
it's until my turn again.
Okay.
I used my
that tracks.
reaction after my turn. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a reaction. When do reactions recharge?
I mean, I think
Each time
they
they
generally make
take
sense.
their turn, not at the top of the combat round.
Yeah.
So that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm still Ken.
Did you take your 1 extra damage?
I did,
Okay,
yeah.
Great. All right. So it is now Gronk's turn. Oh, so was not a bear, but a weird furry man. The
Hey,
weird
that's rude.
furry man can die. And he's gonna keep wailing. He's gonna keep wailing on the bear man. He's gonna make 2 more attacks. 1, 2, both will hit.
Ow. Ow.
For 5. And okay, a total of 12 to Kelkin.
Ow.
And yeah, that'll be the end of his turn. Oz, it is your go.
Oz, first action would just like to do the auto damage from Witch Bolt.
Yup.
Hey, there's the better roll.
Oh,
Balance it out.
okay.
That is nice.
He is
was an
going
investment.
to use his reaction to have that to 5. And you can see him sort of absorb the power, like some sort of preternatural god. Ugh, your magic is nothing against me. Did this other goblin die?
I just don't think we cared about it enough.
Yeah, I think we just kind of neglected to attack him.
She killed this one. How did this one die?
Yeah, that one's dead.
Is this one still
Yeah,
up?
Finn stabbed the one, and then we all just kind of forgot about the other one.
Yeah, but how did its health go down like that? I don't understand.
Well,
Oh, wait, that's...
I don't think anyone else could see his health, so.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Wait. Oh, my bad, my bad. That's how. Because this is the guy who died before. This is the altered goblin. This is the goblin who's still living. Over here. Okay. I just want to confirm that. Alright. That's the end of Oz's turn, right?
Yep.
And so he's going to use his second legendary action to stab at Kelkan again. For 11.
That misses.
Mississippi. That's the end of his legendary actions for this combat round. And it is the goblin's turn. This goblin's going to rush over here to Finn. And it is going to scimitar attack her. It is going to scimitar attack itself. It fumbles with the blade and then catches the blade in its hands, doing 1 damage to itself. It screeches. It is Ronnie's turn.
Okay. I got really excited that first hit, and it's really sorry, everybody. Bear with me. I'm working on it.
Ooh, big hit.
Thank
big
you,
hit.
music cue.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Always how it goes.
Okay, that'll
Oh.
hit. For 6 bludgeoning. He takes the hit. You sort of bonked him on the jaw with that one. He's looking like you might have dislocated it.
I'm going
get
to
you
expend a superiority die
Okay,
to do a maneuvering attack.
okay.
So I'm going to add this die to the damage. And it is a D8.
Big rolls, big rolls. Not bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, if she's inclined, I'll say, Finn, you can get out of there if you want. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attack. From the target of my attack. I guess she would still take an opportunity from the regular goblin.
She's gonna be like,
She may not
"No,
want to.
I'm
She might be like,
fine."
no, I'm stabbing things.
Yeah, I feel like I should just stab stuff here. I mean, what's the difference, right?
Respect.
Okay, so he's gonna take 4 extra damage though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's not looking great. He's still standing though. Waylon, it is your go.
Alright. Gonna move down here. Fully encircling this guy.
Yeah,
and I'm
right?
gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna hit it with my short sword.
Okay, that'll hit.
And I have my Divine Smite box checked. Let's go.
There we go. Oh!
Oh, my word.
And I believe he already used his reaction this turn, right?
Yeah,
to
he
have
hasn't
the
had his
witch
turn
bolt.
yet.
So, Way, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, as he goes to strike into Kelkin that last time, I use my chance, stab the sword into his chest so it kind of pokes out the other side, and he's like, "What? I can survive this!" And then that's when the smite kicks off.
Radiant light fills the crevice you've carved inside of him, blasts out the other side, reflecting and shimmering in Kelken's glasses, which he has to straighten because they're sort of blown off by the blast. And with this, Gronk falls to his knees, newly eviscerated, And he says, I thought the power of the blood would save me. And he is dead. He is deceased. He falls.
Shoot, where's the... Okay. Hey, you, one over there. Do you know where this thing is? Where did you get this worm?
He looks like he's terrified and he's like about to run. He's so shocked that Waylon
I
managed
say
to do
it
this.
in Goblin.
He doesn't care. That's just scares him more. He is legitimately frightened now. He is terrified.
Excuse me, sir. Sir?
If he's about to run and it's my turn, I'm just gonna entangle him. Oh, I'm gonna try anyway.
Okay.
I mean, you could just attack him. You don't even have to.
You wanted answers.
Okay, so it's got to make a strength check against the spell save, yeah?
Yeah, please.
Ha
Oh man!
He is powered by fear. Powered by fear, he darts away from it. But we've got a 20-foot wide square, right, of this entangling.
Right. I guess I'll have it cover. Okay, let me just measure this for you real quick. I guess from here down to 20 feet, right? So.
Yeah. So just
There.
in between
I'll
him
make
and the
it that.
door.
Okay. Gotcha.
How do I make that stay? How do I make that persist?
You select. You press Control before you draw it.
That didn't. Is it shift?
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, it's shift. Okay, yeah.
Okay, correct. Sorry about that. Yes, it is shift. Okay, so he is. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Finn's like, wait, this guy's not going to tell us anything. Let's just kill him. And she's going to try to stab the goblin good and dead. She's gotten really into stabbing you guys. That's my take on Finn as a character. She's going to miss. Damn it. Wait, do you get disadvantage with frightened? I don't think you do, but I would like her to have advantage here.
If the source of his fear is in his sight, you could argue he has disadvantage.
On ability checks and attack rolls. Oh! Wait, that means he needs to make another strength saving throw. Wow, interesting.
Very consistent.
Yeah, very consistent.
That is exactly how strong he is.
Yeah, it's not. He's much less strong. He's got a -1. Okay, Gronk is done. He's off the turn order. Oz, it is your move.
Alright, well, the party seems to be attacking him, so Oz will attack him as well. Oz is just gonna go for a firebolt. He's pretty much out of spell slots.
That seems like it will be entirely sufficient.
It will miss.
On these little guys?
Yeah, goblins have surprisingly high AC. They just have low health.
Yeah. Well, Oswald's watching him run. His heart isn't really in that firebolt.
Just sort of like preening his feathers, checking for any loose threads on the costume. Okay, the goblin is going to try to book it out of here. And this is difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, would have been a great time for spike growth.
Yeah, it really.
Oh, yeah.
5,
Well, he'll still take an opportunity from Finn.
30. Yes, it will. 5, 10, 15. So it makes it to here, to like the door frame. And we'll take Finn will take an opportunity attack on it with the dagger. That'll hit. And with a commanding stab, she obliterates the guy. She's gotten really into stabbing people in the eyes and then being like, ugh, why do I... It's just because they're short. I don't like stabbing eyes. It's just that they are short. And that's just where the dagger goes. She's trying to explain to you guys so that it seems to make more sense. And
Ben, I don't want you to do the apple trick on me anymore.
No, that's a really good one. People like it.
Yeah, I don't like it anymore.
Come on. And with that, you guys have bested them. You are out of combat, and yeah, this encounter has ended. So you can change it to dungeon or victory, whichever you feel is appropriate, Oddish. But yeah, scattered around this room now, you see, yeah, this is jaunty tune after this bloodshed.
Yeah, I'm just skipping.
So yeah.
Yeah, I guess playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So
Yeah, I should totally activate my magic powers now. Mentally, like Fabian.
Fabian's
oh
going.
yeah.
Fabian's gonna pop out of it's magic. Fabian's gonna pop out of your head and point directly to the room at the back of this current one. He's
Ronnie's busy. Sorry.
He's gonna say, whatever is causing this warbling energy is coming from back there. I believe it's the source of all this blood you've been splashing around on spoons and whatnot.
Ronnie is busy giving everybody like high fives and like good gaming, everyone. Hill, you're looking a little rough. Do you need a hand? I don't have a ton.
That would be great. I do have a healing potion, so if I think I might just take a chug of that. I love goat milk, but you know, healing potions are what I'm going for right now.
Goat milk.
Super into healing potions. It's healing potion season.
What's the dice for a healing potion?
A standard healing potion is 2d4 plus 2, I believe.
Okay.
As you're recovering from the fight and looking around the room, you see that that Gronk has had a nice little hoard of stuff here. And you are able to divvy that up. If you'd like to go through the loot now, we can. Or if you guys would like to take a break, as we're midway through the session, if you guys would like to do a bathroom break, we can do that now too.
Maybe share the loot in the break, and we'll figure out if there's anything useful that we need to discuss, or if we can just divvy it up in the spreadsheet.
Well, there's some stuff I do want to talk to you about, so let's just go through it when we come back, and I will put the text out for you guys so that you can copy it into the spreadsheet at your own leisure as we go through this next little scene. So yeah, we're going to take a momentary break. I'm going to turn off the desktop audio right now, so you guys remind me to bring you back when we come back. And yeah, I will see you guys in approximately 5 minutes. Let's get back here at 11 minutes after the hour. Okay, here we go.
We
Alright. I've unmuted y'all. I don't know if you guys are back yet, but I am back.
I'm
I
back.
thought you were sure.
You thought
I'm
I
so
was a
sorry.
sheep?
Yes.
Okay. You have successfully dispatched, I believe, every goblin on the island, feels like.
Wow. Well, they would have died
Peacefully in their
out
sleeps?
anyway.
Okay.
I just was feeling bad about causing an extinction event.
Well, it's not every goblin in the world. There's still plenty more, I'm sure. Okay.
I'm sure.
Probably. It's possible. Alright. So everyone's back. Let's see, Waylon. Is Owl back?
I'm back.
Okay, Waylon, Owl, Ruthie. That's everybody, right?
Ink's not back.
No, never again. Lost to the one-armed bandit. In Atlantic City.
Is that what we're calling Atlantic City now?
No, the slot machines. The slot machines. All right, so amongst, I'm gonna put the basics out first. After going through this room, you find a 2100 copper, 1050 silver, and 70 gold. You also find on the person of Gronk, you find a dead altered bone dagger. You also find something interesting. You find another full vial of this altered blood. Another crystal vial.
Wait,
Is
another
the,
gold.
is the weird ass blood in the crystal vial?
Yes, it's full.
We were taking it.
Let me see if I can give you an image of this, of what it looks like. Did that work?
What are we looking at?
Oh, I thought I was showing it to you, but I guess not. Never mind. It looks like a vial of blood.
I love this for us.
Yeah, a nice blood. And Finn is already playing with it. So what do you want to do with this? Huck it around?
Maybe later. Depends.
Okay, you also find the following art objects. I'm going to post them in the chat. 5 art objects, each worth 25 gold a piece. There's a small mirror. A mirror set painted with wooden frames. And 2 black velvet masks with silver thread. God only knows what this guy was doing with those. A silver pitcher. And a carved bone statue of some sort of centipede.
Oswald is going to pick up the dead altered knife and go, new knife.
Yes, you can add that to your inventory.
How's the did ours die?
No, yours is just now waking up after that combat. And
Oh, no.
is rattling
Oh,
around on the ground.
I'm gonna grab the cage and put it back in the cage.
Okay, you put the cage on top of it and just sort of scoop it up and then close the cage. It's banging against the walls of the cage. It's not as agile as the spoons with wings. For whatever reason, this one
Naturally.
didn't grow wings. But yeah, you have it in a cage, should you wish to do anything with it. Also, you find a couple of magic items amongst this stuff.
Oh,
You find 2 potions of climbing and 1 more potion of healing. And
standard.
you also find what looks to be a magical helmet, which I will refer to as the helmet of helmet invisibility.
The helmet of helmet.
Does that mean the helmet is invisible?
Yeah.
You're not sure. All you know is that this is the helmet of helmet invisibility. It's giving off
When
strong...
you put on the helmet, all other helmets become invisible.
Can I put on the helmet? Does that, or who is bad AC?
I got a night. If we were to rank it on a scale of 1 to 20, I think I'm like at a 19 with this shield.
Yeah, you know, out of every 20 hits, I seem to get hit 13 times, so I don't...
Wait
Hey,
a minute. I'm
Kel.
starting to unpack your
Kel, do you-
code.
Oh, do you want a helmet? It might or might
well,
not be
see,
visible.
I turn into animals a lot, and I don't think my equipment transfers. I appreciate the sentiment, but
Well, it does. I mean, like, it will stay on you, so it won't give you a bonus when you're in. Yeah, probably it doesn't seem logical that when you're a bear, you'll have a helmet on. But maybe since it's invisible, you will. We won't know.
this is true.
But it might be good to have even for when you're not an
We
animal.
could just wait and put the helmet on the bear.
This is also true. Nothing is scarier than a bear with a... What does the helmet look like?
The helmet looks like a slightly tarnished... it doesn't look like it is actually made of gold, but it is golden in color. And it has sort of a raised sweeping quality to the back, almost like the back of a bird's head. And it has 2 little spikes over where the ears would be, almost like elf ears.
Hey, spots
how
for
about
my
you? Do
wolf and bear ears to go into. I mean, yeah, I could hang on to it. I'm sure, like, does anyone else want it?
Oz, how you feeling? Would you like a cool hat that is shiny?
I can't. Armor kind of ruffles my feathers the wrong way. It makes magic hard to cast.
That is a good point that I didn't forget. I just didn't know, because why would Ronnie know that?
Ronnie, you're speaking in third person again.
Yep. I got really rattled by missing so many times in a row.
I mean, tell it to Oz.
Who am I?
Happens to the best of us.
Finn, you need any head protection?
I don't really think it would go well with these horns.
That is true. I'm not really a fashionista. I wouldn't know. I think this thing looks incredible.
I think it might look good on Ronnie.
I mean, I love hats. Everyone who knows me knows that.
I think it would
Yeah.
suit you.
I put the helmet on.
It kind of pushes your ears forward in a funny way, but otherwise, it looks all right.
Can you see it when it's on my head?
Yeah, it seems fine. You're not sure why it lives up to its name just by wearing it now.
Well, maybe at some point we'll find someone who can tell us more about this. But I like it for now. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Finn gives a thumbs up.
Well, I think we know what the Megalothari is now, and I just pick up the bone statue. I mean, you know, just assuming, but
Yep.
kind of goes with what's been going on here.
Is that a kind of thing where if you study that statue a little bit, maybe you'll know some stuff about it?
I think I'd need to take a look at the thing itself, but I did see a door back there. I'm not sure how safe it is, but given that we heard that roaring when we harvested its blood really, really close by, I don't know if you guys want to do any prep before we head back there.
I mean,
I mean,
I
if
might
it-
be happy if we free it.
Yeah, if they've got it configured in such a way where they can get its blood, I think we're probably in the clear.
They probably would appreciate us setting it free, but I don't know if it speaks whatever we speak. Let's just forget that we drew some of its blood.
Yeah, no, totally didn't happen.
Oh yeah, maybe take the violin with us.
Yeah.
We could come back through this room and get it later.
Plan it on Gronk's body, just in
Yeah.
case.
Good call. Great call.
You slip the bottle into Gronk's hand.
I put it in his hand like it was a flask, and
You place the other hand on his crotch, and then you all giggle.
he's dreaming about his wives.
Not that pretty wives, huh?
Is that what he calls his fingers?
The fingers would need a manicure.
Yeah, guys, let's all get manicures. I want to talk about boys. Finn seems to be acting out of character in a strange
Is that the
and
knife? Is
unsettling
that
way.
the bone knife?
Finn, did you hit your head? Are you okay?
Haha,
maybe you do need the helmet.
Let's go to the mall.
What's a mall?
I don't know, but I feel compelled to go to one.
I think we should just go to the next room. I
Yeah.
can try and sense if there's weird stuff. I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of new information, but I can try.
There's definitely something back there.
Is it still necrotic?
Necrotic?
Or didn't you say it was during the last session when I divine sensed? Wasn't it like
There's something strange and corrupted, but I think that had something to do with whatever's going on with this blood. I don't think what's back there is necessarily necrotic. If anything, I'm getting something godly from it. That doesn't make sense. At least I hope it doesn't. I'm not sure. There's only one thing we can do, which is to check for ourselves.
yeah? Way's kind of like having the conversation in his head, and he's just mindlessly walking towards the door. And it's like he's talking with his hands, but not with his mouth. Like
He's like clearly hiding something. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but like we're all clear about that, right?
Finn is
Is he
watching.
okay?
This feels weird even to her.
Wait, Way's hiding something? I thought he just had a really great, what was he called? Bullshit detector? I've never heard of such a thing, but
As you open the door, you see something positively otherworldly.
oh
that
no.
sucks. God, that sucks so bad. It doesn't have
No,
any
I don't
leg.
like that.
You see what
Is it gonna
looks
get
to be
legs?
a
Oh, no.
giant, ancient-looking worm creature, and it is bound within some sort of arcane device that has been, for lack of a better word, milking it of its blood. This machine is connected to pipes and drills, and you can tell just by the way it was fitted and the direction the pipes are going that this is what has been happening when you've been extracting this blood into the vials.
Again, we haven't been doing it. We did it one time before we knew what it was.
Regardless, this is the machine that the blood has been coming from, and this is the creature from which it has been extracted. As soon as this strange and giant, unknowable thing appears before you, Fabian is going to leap forth from your head, and Waylon, you can see him standing around here, almost pressing himself up against the glass, and with an odd expression, almost like a child, he's going to say, "My God, it's a megalithari." The creature seems to be blinking and injured and somehow sedated by whatever in these machines. It is going to slowly awaken, but you can tell that it is weak. Who's there? Who is there? No more. Please, let me be free.
Calkin just kind of immediately goes like, no, 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 and just runs straight up to it and starts looking for a way to like, break
I don't
whatever
yeah.
bindings.
Ronnie runs, but I think, hail and well met, your worship. We're here to help.
Hell.
Yeah, I think Wei was, for a moment there was a fear that everybody else saw Fabian, but just kind of like, wait, no, more important things to do. Yeah, I'll follow after.
Definitely no one was even paying attention to you doing, like, weird talking stuff at that moment.
Are you guys really gonna just run right up to the giant weird worm thing? I'm just gonna close these doors.
It's an injured animal.
Ugh, okay, that's a lot better. Finn is gonna stand out here while you guys deal with this.
Oh, I thought that was just Matt.
I thought so too.
Oh, really? No, that's my
I was
Finn.
like, oh no.
That's my Finn.
Are we not supposed to do this?
Roll for initiative.
Fabian is still there and is sort of compulsively, even though he's ethereal and can, like, people can walk through him, they're unaware of him. He's sort of making space and just, like, rubbing his chin and staring at it with wonder. I thought they'd all gone. So far underground, or perhaps we're dead. And yet here one remains before us. And it's being tortured. It's like some cruel trick. Oh, I should enjoy this if it weren't so horrible. But it's also so fascinating. He seems conflicted.
I don't remember if we ever said the words Megalotharian in front of Fabian, because I don't remember who all. I think I might have only been with Kel when we were seeing it.
No, Wei was there.
Okay.
Fabian might not have been paying attention.
I think he was.
But I think I'm probably helping
but,
Kel and being like. Sorry, go for it.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I shouldn't speak over you. I just, to clarify, he didn't react until he saw it. And you're not sure why that is.
But I think I'm helping Kel look for a way to, like, understand the mechanism that's holding it. And be like, so do you think, is this a Megalotharian?
Is there, like, a lever?
There's no lever. What there is a series of latches that can be. There are. I should say there are 4 release levers. There's not one lever on the side of the wall like there had been in previous rooms. There are 4 release levers on either corner of him that you are able to pull and release one latch on this machine, and that will remove the outer casing that he is sort of bound and woven into. And you're able to do that with a little bit of might, but it looks like it has been adjusted so that even goblins could operate it as they've taken over this area. But yeah, it does look old and probably in need of servicing, but whoever created this area is long gone. And yeah, this strange creature starts to rouse as you begin to unshackle and pull him out of these bindings, but he's still not 100% well.
Can we touch him now? Is he, like, within touch?
Yes, he is. He feels very cold.
Can I heal him for 10?
Yeah.
With lay on hands?
Yes, you can. You can heal him.
Yeah.
And he's going to accept that healing, and he's going to, seeming his eyes will blink and get a little bit of life. He just seems like he's been being tortured in this device for a long time, and it's hard to tell exactly what this thing's expressions are because it looks so strange, but you almost see a little bit of a smirk as it can feel the the healing coming from you. And he smiles and he's like, "Ah, yes. That is good. Thank you. You are much better. New friends, I think." And he sort of fades out of consciousness a little bit. As you begin...
And it was speaking in common. We can understand it.
Yes. And as you're prying it out of this device, at some point it will be free. The barbs and the drills of it are going to be release it, and it's going to sort of slump forward and almost to its side, like it's going to need some support or someone to hold it.
I go to hold it up.
You grab
I'll
it.
try.
You guys grab it and make a strength check to try to save this bad boy. I'm going to say these are with advantage because you're working together to do this. Yeah, so you both get 18s on that, and so together you're able to catch him before he this megalithari, before it hits the sides of these things, and you're able to pull him out. And let me just move this to the map layer, and then I'm going to go over here real quick, doing some GM stuff. Apologies. I'm going to pull this out and make him nice and big. There we go. So this will be his movable token to represent him. Let me go to the map layer and grab you. I'm going to... There we go. And Fabian is going to turn to you away and be like, "If you don't mind, I'd like to give him a little bit of my, help to wake him up a bit."
Do you need me to make them leave? What does this entail?
Before Fabian can answer, the Megalithari turns to Fabian and says, "Yes, help. That would be appreciated. Good Sir Ghost? No, wait." And the little, like, feelers that almost look like, they almost look like the ends of the ends of clippers at a barber's shop, the plastic ends that keep the blade from touching you. They look like a scoop or a digger of some sort. They turn, they're like external teeth, and they sort of, like, move a little bit like a bug's legs, reaching out to him. "No. You are a god!" He says this out loud for the rest of you to hear.
He's very good at fighting, and he's a good friend.
I think
I
just
Ruby
mean
might
that he's
be a
talking
little
about
delirious.
about way.
Yeah, I think our buddy here might still be a little delirious. We just give him a minute to kind of recoup. We can go outside and give him a chance to kind of get his bearings.
Fabian's gonna pop back into your head, and he's going to whisper to you as best he can. He's not even sure how much this thing can detect him, but he's going to whisper to you, "I will try to speak to him again at a more discreet time. Help him as best you can."
Okay, got it.
At this point, Finn's gonna come to the door and open it up. "What are you guys doing?" "Oh my god! What are you doing with it?"
We're standing guard, Finn. We're helping it out.
"Oh, of course we are." She goes and sits on the table.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it the other 10 in my pool.
he's going to rouse a little bit, and say thank you. The goblins were not as kind.
Yeah, no, they sucked. They didn't even like Finn's tricks.
Tricks. I do not care for tricks.
Like hers. They're awesome.
Finn getting ready, getting cards out. Oh, okay.
This thing's not going to understand the nuances of stage magic.
No, it's pretend. It's a show.
Oh.
Finn, come show him.
The little creatures, they love to do their shows, to tell their stories. Yes, there will be time and I will delight. But first, please, let me recuperate. I have been inside for many years.
Do you just need to go outdoors? Do you need to go anywhere in particular?
There's a room full of pillows. Do you want a room full of pillows?
Soil.
And some sleep drugs?
Soft,
yeah, we can.
Soft soil, please. A bed of soil.
Oh, sure, okay. So
Yeah,
outside,
we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but not too bright in the sun, please. My flesh
I'm
cannot
not
take
sure.
it.
Well, we can.
You set off for the goblin camp. It's morning. So you fought for about, and did that for about an hour. You've been in here for about, I would say, 2.5 hours. So it's probably around lunchtime now.
Before we head out, I'd like to try and, just fuck up their equipment so that they can't do this shit again.
Okay, sure. How would you like to do that?
Well, I have produced fire, and I know I can huck fireballs at things. It's probably not very efficient, but enough fireballs will destroy anything, right?
If you start burning things, Oswald will help.
Yes, please.
I turn to the Megalothari and I ask if it knows what happens when creatures are bathed in its blood.
Yes. It seems my life can be both blessing and curse. Curse to me, perhaps, as it makes me little more than a cow to them. They take what's inside me and mistreat me. It is the way of my kind, and why there are so few that remain.
Where are the rest of your people? Can we help you get to them?
I wish I knew. I came here first to... And as he's starting to move, and he's like kind of shaking his body. His body is almost like a worm's, but it's like more segmented than that. And it seems like the little ridges on his back sort of like fold into one another, almost like collapsible, contracting, and expanding. And you get the sense, Kel, that this might be how he moves through the dirt. The sides and the ridges on his segments allow him to sort of scrape through different passages. He's going to move forward, and Finn's going to back out of the way in fright, or maybe just disgust. And he's going to move forward, sniffing around the walls for any sort of non-built-up part, looking for something that resembles dirt for him to crawl through, or just feel at home. And he's going to explain to you that these creatures, they long ago built this place to take blood to fuel their devices. Those devices have long been lost, but when I came here, I thought maybe I could find some of my people, find some sense of what was lost. But All I found here were those goblins. They imprisoned me and found a way to make these old devices work. And so they discovered my little secrets. And then that foul one. He looks and he sees Gronk on the floor. Ha! I do not care for warfare, but I take some guilty delight in seeing him no longer able to harm another. He looks like if he were to spit on the ground, if he were that kind of creature, this is when he would do it.
Fair.
Guys, I'm not really strong, so please, I just really need your help. We need to destroy all this stuff. This can never happen again.
Wait,
On it.
I know it seems that this is solely a device of torture, but it served another purpose. Long, long before any of you, and he looks around the table just to gauge what kind of, or not table, but looks around the room to see what kind of creatures you are, gauging your lifespans. Long before any of you were born, this was built. And yes, my kind were experimented upon, tortured in a way, but sometimes in sacrifice, in bloodshed, good can come. You have heard of those who were sealed away, the gods of old. This played some part in that, I think. Was there not a god amongst you? He seems to be regaining consciousness now, and he's looking around. It may have been a hallucination of my of my mind, but I felt that I sense. Perhaps it is true, not all of them were sealed away. Those that remain, I believe the humanoids call them. But come, I am a much better storyteller when I have healed. Let us find a soft, loamy patch so that I may rest. I am sure you can keep any more goblins away.
If there are any left.
Is our cave,
1,000 yards
is the
there.
floor of our cave made of dirt, or is it like a stone cave?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we will pass open earth before we reach there, but if you care, we have what we hope is a safe place with a dirt cave.
A cave sounds lovely, as long as it's not this one. I shall trust you, and hopefully my trust will be repaid with joyful circumstances. And he bows his head a little bit, as if showing you that he is trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, despite not knowing much about you.
Alright, I guess we'll leave this stuff here for now, and we'll hear you out.
So you travel with this Megalothari out of the...
And I grab the blood back.
yeah, you can. He doesn't seem to really make note of it. You can grab the blood back as you pass, and you're going to go... Let's see. I guess we're going to go back to the Goblin Camp. That's the last where you went inside. And...
You don't have to. This is not very pleasant. You might find it pleasant, I suppose, considering they were not hospitable.
Okay. And let me bring him with you. Where is he? He's too small.
He's so cute.
He's little. Oh.
Okay.
Never mind.
So he's
Big
just gonna
now.
come out here, and he's just gonna find a. He's going to like. He's too woozy. He's not really going to clock or care about the. All the bodies and stuff. He's
Wait,
just
yeah,
going to.
Be careful, there's traps.
He seems to like make little note of them, but just sort of like shift out of the way as he sees this bear trap over here, and he's just going to dig immediately. And for a second, you get worried that he's just going to leave you as his head shoots straight down into the grassy dirt as if it were nothing, and then he carves out a little burrow for himself. And then he sits inside it, almost like he's in a sleeping bag, with just his head sticking out, and rests his head against some of the mossy rocks here. It feels so good to be back in the earth again, where I belong. I never should have left, should I? And he raises an eye as he's sort of, his eyes were closed, but he opens one and looks at you both standing next to him, almost like he's making a little joke. But it might not, it might not hit for you guys because he's such a strange creature. You don't really know what's normal for him or not. But there he sits and just sort of rests. And he looks like he's happy to stay there for a while.
Do you need water? There's a stream nearby. I can grab you some food. I don't know what you eat, but
The moisture of this plant life is enough for me.
Do you want more plants? My friend here can grow a lot more plant. You can do that, right?
I can grow plants. Do you want more plants? They're not very nice, but I can do my best.
Kind. Please, if you would like to help, just make sure my rest is undisturbed.
We will. Do you plan to rest long here? You're clearly okay. I think we should set up camp.
He should be ready by nightfall, right? That's what he was saying. Then we can take him back to the good cave.
We can take him back to the good cave. I'm happy to keep watch if anyone would like to rest as well.
Yeah, I didn't get hit during the fight at all, so I can keep watch too.
Oh, I can help.
Kel, as you're staring at him, you notice that it seems like being in contact with the earth itself is almost like, in the same way healing magic would repair a wound, it seems to be like slowly but surely rebuilding his damaged plates. Like parts of him that had been skewered and prodded and repeatedly jabbed with drills and injectors are just not in a quick fashion, but in a noticeable fashion. Almost like seeing a wound scab over in real time, but not with real flesh, with these like stony, rigid plates along his body. You can almost see the strange effect of the earth healing him. It's nothing like anything you've seen before. It's definitely something new, but in a weird way feels completely natural. He's the otherworldly part, yet he feels like more made for this planet, this realm, than even you are. He has this strange connection that a druid could only long for, really.
It's incredible. I've never seen anything like this. I'd like to try and cover him in more dirt, like how you'd bury someone at the beach in sand.
He's sort of done that himself, but as he
Right, okay.
sees you scooping it closer to him, like tucking someone in, you can see
It's like
him
tucking-
smile just a little bit And you'll gain inspiration for doing so because he's so pleased with this kindness.
This is a creature I've never seen anything like it before. Wait, there was some sort of recognition. Do you know what's going on?
Gonna roll deception.
God.
That's very good.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I know. I totally know what's going on.
Oh my god.
The-
How
the-
long are you going to keep up this little charade?
I'm trying my best, man.
I know, but
Yeah.
doesn't this sort of... Well, I suppose you don't really know what you're looking at. Oh, what will this impress this knucklehead? Ah, say it's a very, very old worm from the time when the gods were born.
You know how they said it was a god worm? It's kind of true. It's just as old as the gods. And a little magic-y like the gods.
Right. Well, that makes sense. I didn't know you were in tune with such magic, but look, whatever it is, and I put a hand on Wei's shoulder. Because of you, we were able to save its life. You contributed to so much to restoring the natural order of nature. I owe you. Thank you for this.
What a rube.
You don't have to. That's fine. I mean, we were just trying to figure out what was going
Barely
on.
fed him anything, and he's just going to lick your boots.
Yeah, and I want you to know I trust you completely.
Oh my god, he's so... Ugh, this is the type I hate, you know? The sincere ones, they really get on my nerves. It's why I like you, Wei. Not a bone in your body is sincere.
I mean, yeah, sincerity has its purpose. I'm gonna work with it. Thanks, Kel. That means a lot.
Of course, of course. I guess we may as well take advantage of this and rest up. We have to accompany him back to our cave at night, right?
Yeah, or whenever he wakes up, right?
Finn's gonna put her hand on your shoulder too, kind of mocking Kel. And she's like, yeah, thanks, Wei, for getting us this big snake.
It goes completely over Kel's head. He has no idea this is mocking. He just thinks this is all... Everyone here is sincere.
Finn, for you, I'd get a second big snake.
Ew! She takes a step back.
feel like also Kel is like doesn't register that. Ronnie has a moment of a weird confused face, but then is like, whatever, don't worry about it.
For the record, if that's, I realized after I said it that was
Yeah, I
a
know.
tick thing that
Yep.
Ricky didn't register.
It was a good twofer.
It's very in character, I feel like, for it to have been said and to have been said a little by accident.
Perfect. For that way, you also get inspiration. For making a joke even you didn't understand. That's true. That's truly the heart of a deceitful person.
Can't even trust myself.
Okay. So I will say that, Cal, based on just your amateur biologist nature, you're getting the sense that at the rate he's healing right now, he would probably be ready to go or feeling a lot better in like, I don't know, like 4 hours or something. So you guys can like take a short rest if you want, or just scout around the area for anything you'd like. But you can do anything you'd like in the downtime too, if you'd prefer to do something else. But yeah, he looks like you've already cleared out this area for the most part, just based on a cursory scouting. It doesn't look like there's any imminent threats in the area. No goblins remaining. You had heard of a hunting party before, but that hunting party was already dispatched by you near the Triceratops pit. So, yeah, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want.
I cannot get rid of the 9 plus 8 on my health bar. I've been typing in 17 and everywhere I can, just 9 plus 8 refuses to go away. I don't know why.
It's not on mine. Maybe it's just a
A visual thing, okay.
yeah, it might just be a weird thing. What is it?
Yeah,
What is your health should be? What should it be?
It should be 17, but it just says 9
Yeah,
plus
that's what it
8 out of
says on mine.
31.
But yeah, if you guys would like to take a short rest, you can. Or whatever.
I'd like to I'd like to rest up, but try and attune to whatever earth magic is going on around. I just for flavor.
Well, a short rest is just an hour, so you could do that. Like take a quick nap and then do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I take my nap and just stick my hands into the earth around it and just hope for the best.
Okay, so make an Arcana check as you're doing this.
Okay.
With advantage, I'll say.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, that first one, that's 2 rolls, right? It rolled twice anyway. So
Right.
with
Yeah.
that-
My mouse double clicks for some reason.
for that 16,
Oh,
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, can I give a little pep talk and just give you a chance to do one more roll?
I think he's good with what he got, so you don't need to necessarily.
Okay.
From what you're getting the sense that the Earth. It seems like the Earth around you. We're not on the planet Earth right now, just as like a general lore thing. You know that
Right.
we're part of our own civilization right now, with its own unique properties and that sort of thing. But the actual Earth and soil seems to be acting like a white blood system, almost white blood cells. Like it seems to be repairing his flesh and rock and stone, and it seems to be like he is a part of the earth and almost it seems to be almost like returning to just loamy soil. It makes him feel stronger, feel better. He's slowly being repaired, and there's something very natural. And as compared to like all the weird, strange purple crackling energy, the things that were happening with his blood, it feels like he himself is not some sort of like dark magical thing. It seems very
Right.
natural and very like a cocoon building around him, basically. The earth wants to heal him. So if there is something good in this earth, then there's definitely something good in him. Every vibe you get from this guy seems to be that despite his sort of otherworldly and scary appearance, he seems to be radiating kindness.
Elkin was like super distressed by all the brutality that was going down in the cave, but this is really kind of made him feel zen and like serene.
Yeah, you sort of meditate, and butterflies and like little grasshoppers start to like flit around you, and you sort of have to like resist studying them as one eye.
Yeah.
You're like, you recognize that this may be a once in a lifetime opportunity. You hope that you'll be able to spend a lot of time studying this creature, but you also, just by looking at him, you realize that your sketches and any notes you could take would probably, it's like you recognize your own shortcomings in such a way. Maybe
Right.
Dr. Arden Wilder would have who's Kel's a recent friend and sort of like a more accredited biologist, I should say, I guess.
Yep.
She would have some inroads as to like it's this genus or this species or something, and could like pull something from there. But like you, on the other hand, are more just like, I recognize that this is like, it's almost like not discovering a new species, but being like the first person to see a marsupial as opposed to a mammal, and being like, oh, this is just a completely different classification of thing. And with that, you're like, yeah, in this moment of attuning to it, you're like, you feel happy. You feel like connected.
Yeah.
Like, despite this shipwreck and this horrible circumstance, you've made a breakthrough that a regular biologist would probably dream of. You know.
Hell, in real life, I'm pretty happy right now too. I love nature.
Finn is going to clear out one of these houses and kick back for a little bit, and is going to work on some tricks in the meantime. What are the rest of you guys gonna do?
I was keeping watch while people rested, but then once other people were up and about, I'm taking my short rest.
Okay.
And then I'm done with that. I think I'll try to scout out a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to go super far exploring, just like looking out for bear traps, seeing if like the goblins had made any inroads into like the forest around here or the jungle around here.
Okay.
If
I
maybe
can.
still a sign of Avian or the not dinosaurs, Walter's tracks.
Give me a. Give me an investigation first to check for traps, and then a survival to check for footprints for anybody who's recently left the camp. Okay, for your investigation, wait, is this already on? Which layer is this on? Oh, I don't know. Layers? Yeah. Okay, so you do spot some other traps. There's one, there's one down here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can shift click to that. There's one down there. There's one down here.
I can't see them, but
One
can I?
is at the far south, and
Or is he the one at the far south, like straight down?
one
me?
is behind. Oh, okay, I see why. One is to the southeast, behind that building there. I'm bringing them up to the layer, so you will be able to see them if you move around.
Okay, yeah, it might just be in. Oh, I see one. Okay, they might be in the zones that where my token
exactly.
is.
Yeah.
And there are a couple on the east side of.
Okay.
I'm moving them to the token layer as well.
If it's something that would be, it feels to me like something that is feasible for this character to be like try to disarm them and then just like bring them, so that I can set them in the future.
Okay, give me let's see, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the one that you've already sprung, which is kind of screwed up because it's covered in blood. I mean, I guess you could clean it and stuff like that. But it's a little bit screwy right now. So there are 5 that you could collect. Can you give me 5 dex rolls, please?
Saves or just straight? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because they have the same modifier.
Right, just straight is fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay,
wow.
You're able to recover 2 of them. And they're in really good condition, the 2 that you have. So you have 2 bear traps in your possession now. And I will just say, for clarity's sake,
For the last ones I get to. after some failed attempts.
Why is this on the map layer? Okay. Delete. Okay, that one. And sometimes the layers in this can be a little bit of a pain. But yeah, you are the others. The others you can, let's see, based on those rolls, yeah, there's the others you can. I'm just gonna say that the others here you can disarm,
Can I?
but they are
Okay.
permanently damaged in the disarming, and they're just junk now. But the other two that you got are salvaged, and you can add them to your inventory.
Survival. Less good.
Okay. And you can roll with advantage because I think you're taking the time to do that.
Oh,
Okay,
sweet.
great.
Thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular when you're going around here? Because there's a couple things that you might be able to see, but I want to get a sense of what exactly you are looking for. Or you're looking for the footprints for anybody.
Yeah, like that's what you cued me. The survival, like I was just trying to scout a little bit around the camp in general, but specifically I was interested if there was like a decent trail still, because we haven't been gone that long, just like just a few hours. For Tavian and Walter.
Standing, like, I'm gonna just bring you here to the west side of the map, like where you guys came. Standing over here. Okay, I think this is covered up on the screen. Standing over here. Let's see if this is visible. No, it's not. You are able to see that Tavian's footprints are very evident going in the direction down the main path to the watchtower, to the Triceratops pit, and in the general direction, like on the main path, the most direct route you could make. You see very clear, like, cat footprints in the just doing what he said he was going to do, going back towards his camp.
Yeah.
And as for the Dimetrodon, it sort of moved through the forest here, and you're able to get a sense through just like the way the brush has been broken in a specific thing, that it sort of made a beeline to what looks to be in the distance. You wandered off a ways at this point to get a sense, and you think you see a clearing in the distance with some brown animals over there. And you think these are probably something like maybe boars or something like that. And you think you might have even seen the sail of the Dimetrodon over there. So it looks like it might be either in some altercation with them or is like grazing with them. You're not really sure what the situation is, but that's what you think you see at this distance. Anyway. Oz, would you like to do anything in your downtime?
Oz doesn't really need a short rest for anything, so he's just gonna fill up all the water skins and kind of poke around the trees outside the camp, see if there's any food or anything he can bring back.
Okay, make a survival check for me. Okay, with that, you're able to gather 5 mangoes and a couple coconuts as well. And you remember from earlier that I believe a mango was what the baby Triceratops was trying to eat before. And so with that in mind, you're like, if we see any more, maybe it would like to eat this. Could be a good way to make friends.
All right.
So yeah, you can add those fruits to your inventory. And Waylon, are you doing anything right now?
I feel like Waylon's just being curious. I think he might just use a divine sense just one more time to see if that lingering bad is still around the Methylothari. And then I think he's gonna pull out the weird, the dino horn and kind of inspect that.
Okay, let's do this in sequence, because I think at this point, Fabian would as soon as you divine sense, Fabian would pop out and call you aside to try to like talk to you for a second about what you've just witnessed, to give you a few words in edgewise.
Yeah.
And from the divine sense, you get the sense that whatever necrotic thing was happening is like the corruption of what was happening in that one room that you were in, where it was being used to create like, you know, weird abomination spoon things. This thing is celestial, but it's almost like if celestial was an ice cream, a normal god would be vanilla, and this is chocolate. It's coming from the Megalothari. It is definitely a chocolate to normal divinities, vanilla. So it just feels like this is another thing, but again, sort of like what Kel experienced, this doesn't seem like it was... It feels like something new, or at least new to you. You know it's ancient, but like whatever knowledge of this there is, it might be in some very old libraries, but it's definitely not something you've been recently taught about.
Yeah, no, Waylon has no proficiency in religion, and I recently got a +1, so that ain't, he would know nothing.
And even based on this, you're not 100% sure if this is something that is necessarily religion or natural or a bit of both. If it was really born from the time of gods, is this like... What is this? Like, it just doesn't seem like... There's clearly some piece of the puzzle that you haven't puzzled out yet. What is this thing's relationship to the divine? You realize that's the question, but you're no closer to the answer. At this moment, Fabian's going to pull you aside and ask that you go for a walk by the sea with him to just discuss a few things.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Okay, so he's going to bring you over here, at which point Finn is going to kind of watch bemusedly, sort of trying to be secret out this window back here, but is going to act like she's just working on her tricks, and you're going to try to whisper. But she can clearly at this point see that you are having a conversation with yourself, a very passionate one at times. Fabian is going to begin by saying that, all right, I have to give you some basic information. If we're going to keep up this whole they can't see me thing, then I need you to act like, you know, I guess not just my secret pal, but my conduit here. Because what we're touching upon here is, well, you can see this thing. It's fragile, it's delicate, it's kind. I mean, I almost wish it was a bit more like us. You can tell from his sense, he's implying devious.
Rat bastard, yeah. No, totally got that.
It doesn't seem like it has that sort of bone in its body. Although it did show contempt for those people who tortured it. But who wouldn't, really? Oh, this is all confusing to me. But these things... Some might say that the gods' dirty little secrets. It's sort of like... Oh, did you ever have a sibling or know someone who was sort of the black sheep of the family? That's sort of these, wouldn't you say? Born at the same time of whatever created us. Meant to be our counterbalance. But our power so greatly outweighed theirs that they were sort of banished and castigated as we were running amok. And then, during the sealing, while these, well, they basically were our greatest weakness, in a way. I don't want to bore you too much with history, and I'm sure this is all very confusing for you. I can almost see your eyes rolling back in your head. But just know, we are not the only ones looking for this thing. And in protecting it, we may make some very powerful enemies. Although, if I'm right about what happened with that boat sinking, I think we might already have.
So you think that ocean guy knows about the Megalothari?
if Ocean Guy, as you call him, is one of the Godkin, which I think he is, my sense of what's going on is that the Godkin are after those. But damn.
Fuck.
What scares me the most is what they're planning when they get them. If they just mean to rip him open and drink his blood and become little demigods who run around and shit on everyone, I'd almost prefer that to the alternative.
What's the alternative?
You know that big, beautiful glass wall behind which rests all of my former colleagues, the gods, the pantheon? Well,
In theory.
you would know that there is this giant glass wall. Just it's sort of like a thing that everybody, it's sort of like the Grand Canyon to Americans. Like, it is just a known quantity that this giant glass wall exists, and a long time ago,
but we couldn't see it.
We could definitely not see it from. Actually, you might, depending on how massive. I don't know. I don't think. That's a complicated question because I don't understand my own realm's curvature, if it's a total sphere or not yet. But
Flat Earth theory, activate.
Flat Earth theory. It might be. It might be at this point. We don't know. It could be one of those weird Yggdrasil things where the thing. I have a lot of this built out, but that's one of those things where I'm like, I'm sure I won't have to answer a question about that. But you would.
It was my assumption that, like, I would know it in theory. Like, yeah, I've absolutely heard that, like, Sunday school. It would have been Sunday school bullshit to me, but, like, I've never seen it myself. I don't think ways traveled that far.
It's possible that you might have gone to the capital city of Grand Haven, which is adjacent to it, from which you would have been able to see it very clearly. However, it's, unless you believe that your character specifically had done that, it's also possible that you just stayed on your own continent, Sylvandia.
I think that might be the case. I think this is the farthest Waylon has ever been from home.
So yeah, he's gonna make it. Fabian's gonna make it very clear to you. You know, this is real. This isn't just. I mean, I know I seem like, I don't know, a ghost haunting your brain or something, but back in the olden days, during what they call now the Age of Chaos, the ones we think of as the Age of the Gods, why? The gods could flick a finger and destroy this whole camp, just like that, leaving it nothing more than a crater. And they would, for fun. That's why they call it the Age of Chaos. They thought of humans and humanoids as nothing more than playthings. And of course I like to play with you, but it's not quite so careless or malicious, I hope, anyway.
And let me just say, didn't appreciate the seasickness. The rest,
that was quite a lot.
About.
Well, I was boring at sea. What do you expect? I mean, I pop around, of course. I'm not simply confined to your brain, but I do have my limitations now since the sealing. And that's my point. To get back to it, I fear that the Godkin might want to break the Elder Glass, this glass wall that keeps the gods held back. But I don't know why they would want to do it. But it is my worst fear nipping at the back of my brain, and even I feel strange about it. Wouldn't I like to see my old friends again? Yes, of course I would. Wouldn't I like to have my old powers again? Yes, of course I would. But would I like to see the peace of this world thrown to the winds? Yes, it would be very entertaining, but there are aspects.
Don't tell me you're going soft on me, Fabian.
This is why I like you. You know just how to be a dick to me. But I fear I might have. You know, there's little room for a god of tricks in a world that's tricks non-stop. At least here I'm a novelty. There, well, perhaps I was... Maybe that's why I relate to the worm. Maybe I was a black sheep too.
Oh, damn, I feel like a part of a club now.
Yes, a club of people who are about to be destroyed by the Godkin. Although, for the rest of us and our newfound friends here, I suppose it wouldn't be the first time, right?
Yeah, that doesn't sound very appealing either. If they start coming for us, do you have, I don't know, a Godkin bullshit detector? Would you be able to give us enough warning?
I can certainly help when... I mean, I definitely felt something, but I didn't think it would have come rushing at us like that tidal wave did. That was a
But
bit
now that we know
garish,
to
wasn't it?
expect it... Sorry, what did you say?
I hope I can. I hope they don't have some... I don't know. There's something about the Megalithari blood that feels, like I said before, it's a bit of a weak spot for me. Even when thinking of this cave, I could sense the Megalithari itself very, very clearly. Its power radiating even now, but as soon as they extract the blood, create these strange, I don't know, altered creatures, it feels like the nature of them is very, very foreign to me. Harder to detect. By the gods, I wonder if those they call the Godkin are not just risen heroes, but are altered themselves. Yes. You know what? It's perhaps that. And he sort of like slaps his hands, pretends to dust himself off, even though he's not really making contact with any of the sand, and says, you know, that's it. They're simply drug addicts looking for a fix. I bet it has nothing to do with the Elder Glass at all. For why would anyone want to lessen their own power by unleashing the gods? It doesn't make sense. They want the worm's blood so they can continue being powerful. It's as simple as that. I've been overthinking it.
I mean, it's still not an impossible problem. What if they decide that they're done with this fix and they want to try something new?
Let's not
You
worry
think-
ourselves about it. He seems a little angrier than you normally.
Yeah, just...
He seems like when he was trying to say, let's not worry about it before, he was trying to convince himself as much as you. It seems
Yeah,
like
and
it seems like the opening the Elder Glass is something that gives him personal anxiety, and he's not a person who likes to have anxiety.
Yeah, Waylon will change the subject. Just okay. So if I have a vial of Megalithari blood on me,
Mm-hmm.
am I super fucked? Or you
It
said that you
depends
couldn't?
what you do with it, I guess.
I was gonna try and give it back, but maybe that's what we need. Maybe it can be a distraction.
I'll leave that to you. I suppose I can help if we come to it, but I wouldn't worry about it as some sort of homing beacon. If it was, they would have been here already.
Yeah, no, the camp would be under a tidal wave right now.
Right. Anyway, he gestures to the house, and you could see Finn peeking over the windowsill, and then duck back behind it real quick. And then you hear loud whistling coming from the house, as if she's trying to be nonchalant. We mustn't, if we wish to keep up this charade, we mustn't tarry any longer. I don't know, say you were composing a love song for her. She seems perfectly obsessed with you, after all. And who can blame her? He gives you a big smooch on the cheek and then pops back in your head.
Yeah, Waylon just kind of stiffens up. Just... Oh, that's weird. All right. All right, I can do this. I can definitely do this. Now, kind of walk back to where everybody was.
So I got these bear traps. I don't really have a plan for them, but I'm excited to just carry them and try them. Maybe we could put them outside our cave.
You think we could drop a coconut in there? It might explode.
It might.
We might need some alcohol if we're gonna make coconuts explode.
I mean, I don't think you'd need it. You just watch the coconut explode.
Yeah, but then you got all the... Never mind.
Hey, I wasn't watching or anything, but what were you doing on the beach?
Oh, hey, Finn, where'd you come from?
I was in the house and I was just, I was doing tricks and Wei was like talking to himself, so.
I was praying about what we should do now.
That's how you pray? You just like walk around yelling?
People can have complicated relationships with religion, Finn. Please don't judge me.
Yeah,
she really wants to. But you have a way of looking at her that makes her think maybe he's serious or some part of that is real. I don't know.
Maybe he found Jesus. Fantasy Jesus.
Maybe she just knows you're looking at her in a way that says drop it. And she's like, maybe like she doesn't know what's up, but she knows something's up.
Mm-hmm.
You guys continue to while away and do your stuff. Is there anything else you'd like to accomplish or take care of before we move on?
Can I try and figure out what my dino horn does?
Yes, of course. Roll an investigation check on it. Okay, you're still not sure. It looks like a horn, and it's got like a hole in it. And it's got two holes, and the holes connect. It's hollow. That's the word. It's hollow.
Yeah, I think was just too distracted from the conversation earlier.
Yeah, you're just sort of fiddling with it absentmindedly right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can I have noticed that at all?
Yes.
Hey, Ken, do you sorry, Kel, recognize what this? Did we already go over this when we found it? What this might have been from? It looks like someone made it into some sort of like. I don't know. Do you think if you blew through it, it would call? I don't think we should call anyone over here right now.
That's the thing that came out of the Triceratops, right?
Yeah, it vomited it all over me, and this came out too. Thank you for reminding me.
I think that Reed realized that it was hollow and like that it being a horn, that it was also a horn.
Yeah, so that just looks like a conch shell to me, like a pretty regular one too. I mean, I will say it's very colorful. They're usually like just pink or white, but I don't see anything weird about this. I can tell you about conches if you want, but the shell itself, no, this thing died ages ago. It's a pretty souvenir.
Make a nature roll with advantage.
All right.
Okay, you get the sense based on looking at this that it, and based on the Triceratops that you befriended, this looks like the casing of a young Triceratops's horn that later
Oh.
split as a new one developed around it. You're not sure why the mother Triceratops was keeping this in her stomach, perhaps as a memento or something, or maybe like a grinding stone used for digestion. But yeah, it does. It does look like there is truth to both what you were saying of it seeming conch shell like, and also what Ronnie is saying that maybe if you blew in it, it could produce a sound.
Yeah, I take back literally everything I said. This is actually a Triceratops horn. um, yeah, So you think if we blow it, something will show up? I mean, there's no way to know, I guess, other than
There
just
is a way
blowing
to
it.
know, but I don't think we should do it just at this second.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a one-time use sort of thing, it does look pretty fragile, I'd say. It's the shedding from an old one, so I feel like, if you blew it, it would probably be unable to be used again, but that's about all I can tell you. I really have no idea what it does. I'm not so much into the uh, magical side of whatever might happen if you blow that. Triceratops is, yeah, it's a weird one.
It's just so you know, I feel like I don't think using it would make it disintegrate. I don't think.
Hmm.
I think you'd be able to tell that. I think it's like, it definitely fell off and split, but it's sort of curved too, so that it probably slid off too. So it feels like, yeah, you could make a sound with it, but yeah, like I just don't want to further the idea that it could be single use just
Right.
based on your perception of, because you did roll well on it. I don't think
Okay.
based on that you would think that it would break just from like blowing on it. Like I'm sure you could break it if you just smashed it against a rock, but it's not like, it's not adamantium or some shit, but it's
Right.
like it's strong enough to withstand being played in that way if you chose to do it.
Well, yeah, I'll just stop speculating then and just tell the party what you're telling me.
Okay. I'm totally fine with you editorializing
No, I get
on
it.
it.
I
I
get
just
it.
don't want to, since it was a gift from the beast, I want us to be on the same page of it about it. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do? Ronnie, I think you were going to say something earlier. I might have cut you off on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just now in this conversation. I just wanted to be like, I'm interested to maybe examine this more, but I really just don't think we should blow it willy-nilly just in case it does do something.
Right.
And we don't just want a stampede of Triceratops or alerting other people who aren't Triceratops where we are. We don't need to announce our presence unnecessarily, is all. But
Who
it's
knows? I
interesting.
might summon Kip.
And that would be fun and not useful.
Just the way Ronnie says fun, you can tell it's not a good thing.
It could summon a friend.
It's not just that Kip is not a good thing. It's that Ronnie's idea of what they think people think is fun
You're
is usually
right.
something they think is like a little annoying and disruptive.
The same way Hank Hill might respond to someone's suggestion of what's fun.
It might, but it might not. So we'll wait to blow it to summon hopefully friends until later. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Oswald nods.
And definitely doesn't do fire eyes or anything like that.
No, Oswald doesn't quite understand, but he nods.
Thank you, Al.
What do you guys think of our new friend over there? He seems pretty chill, but the stuff they put him through, it's insane.
Yeah.
He looks weird, but I like him.
Yeah. Whatever bullshit was going on downstairs didn't follow him.
I mean,
what's going on downstairs?
This is your mission, right? What do we do now?
Great question.
runs out to the beach again.
Will you excuse me? No, I think Way's just like, thanks for a moment. Just, I think we need to take him to that cave. I think that's a good idea. I have a weird feeling being out here.
Great.
Oh, is it your bullshit detector again? Is it going off?
Not quite to the same extent. This is more of like a, what's the word? Shenanigan. I feel like there might be a shenanigan going on here. It's not quite to bullshit, you know. There's different scales.
You know, Wei, sometimes I think I need to do some studying on you.
Dun,
No,
dun.
you don't have to.
Pulls out sketchbook.
No, but like in the most
Revealing
positive way.
a
Like
naked
there's no
sketch
suspicion.
of Wayland wearing the heart of the ocean.
Like the Vitruvius man, the Vitruvian man sketch of just Wei.
Oh, jeez.
No, please, I am sketchbook shy. No.
I'll get you. I'll get you.
Please, your soul.
Please do not.
After some time, a bonding and conversation about what you've experienced, the Megalothari yawns and wakes up, and he looks a lot better. He seems like almost fully invigorated, almost with like a sprightly energy. You can see him sort of like these segments on his body like sort of shifting in sort of like a happy rhythm. And he's gonna shuffle over to you guys, and he says, thank you, new friends. You've proven yourself to be worthy allies. I don't know, what is it that you seek?
We're supposed to be going to where are we going?
Jarek Spawn.
Montania.
We're going to Jarek Spawn. We're supposed to be going to Jarek Spawn.
Ah, yes. On Plantania, yes. I am familiar. You know, I heard
About
some of
far.
What's that?
No, I was just trying being like, do you know about which direction?
Oh, yes. Well, direction. I'm not sure on lands. Under the earth, it makes much more sense to me. The Underdark and its caverns, it feels like so logical to me. He thinks for a bit. If you'll allow me to go beneath, perhaps I can be a scout of sorts.
Before any further, I beg your forgiveness. Is there a form of address or a name?
Forgive me. Yes, I would like to know yours as well. But you may.
My name is Ron.
Oh, Ronnie, you say? Thank you, Ronnie. And he's gonna go around and ask for each of your names.
Waylon.
Waylon.
You can call me Waylon.
Yes, Waylon. And you, the one who stares so fervently. He's looking at Kelken.
Me? Oh, my name Kelken. Kelken. My name's Kelken.
Yes, good. He like pats you on the head with his tail. I see you are a studious one. I am much the same.
There's so much I could learn from you, but yes, my colleague's question takes precedence. I'm sorry.
He goes over to Oswald.
Hi.
What are you, child of the sky?
Wait, what or who?
Both, I suppose. I am not familiar with your like. So fluffy,
I
though.
mean, my papa told me I was a magical owl. My name is Oswald.
Magical owl. Truly magnificent. He's lost in thought and seems to think magical owl is your name somehow. Uh, he is, Finn introduces herself as well. Yes, the one with the tricks. I do not trust you. Ah, ha, ha.
No,
He laughs weakly.
no, they're the good tricks.
Good tricks. Sounds like a bit of, what was his name? Fabian's madness.
Waylon makes a face.
Yes, yes. He had a face just like that.
Yeah.
He straightens himself up, like he's like straightening his posture, so to speak, and he he refers to himself. He introduces himself as you no doubt have surmised, I am a megalithari, a worm, from below, under this earth. I have been designated as Kikitabakata by my people, but you may refer to me as a more pleasing name to your ears, though I did not like some of the words the goblins used. But Kikitabakata, it is the sound that the gravel makes as it rushes by the side of your head, as you squirm and move through it. He seems to be taking some sort of weird joy in this, but it seems like it's a very foreign sensation to anything that you have heard. You may call me Kikitabakata, or you may call me what you wish, but I believe that you should call me friend, for I wish to be your friends, and I thank you for saving me. I was imprisoned there for many, many years. I have lost count, but that is not too strange for one like me, as I have lived many, many years. And yet, I am considered young for my people. I was not around as long as some of them, though I have lost track of many of them. I came here to find my people, but I was trapped by these goblins. Wretched things. Although I should not speak so vilely.
Do your people use calendars? Do you know how long you were in there? If we gave you a date?
They did not let me touch the earth. I could not see the grass or watch the plants grow. I had nothing but those walls, those wretched walls. I'm sorry. It all felt like one unending nightmare. But then you all came. But I do not think it was a small number of years. At least 50, perhaps more.
You didn't want us to destroy the machinery down there because you said it had a purpose. What might that be? What could possibly warrant keeping such a depraved den of inhumanity, intact?
Consider this. Neither of us are human. Sometimes that which is inhuman has a purpose, though it may not be pleasant or logical at first. I was born of the same matter and stuff of Celestials. We are sort of the cousins of those who were sealed away and those that remain. But they did not care for us much, and though my elders would be very unhappy to admit it, I believe they did not care much for the gods either. After all, it was through us that the heroes of old sealed the gods away.
Your race was part of the sealing?
Yes, if not for us, there would not have been a sealing. As you have seen, the power of our blood, when mixed with the powers of those above the surface and all of their knowledge and contraptions, can do amazing things. Terrible, but yes, amazing. The world you enjoy, for all its faults and flaws, was made peaceful because of the sealing, and many of my people gave their lives and blood in the sealing to create the Elder Glass, to rend the planes in twain, and reconfigure them. It is all very complicated, I am sure, but yes. Since then, we were hunted, scattered, hid away, either wanted for our blood, or simply wished to hide in shame for our part in all the bloodshed. But I missed being a part of a collective, of a hive, and so I went out to seek those places where remnants of my kind remained, and here I came, walking straight into a trap. What a fool I am.
It is never foolish to have hope.
I thank you for saying that, but I do feel foolish. It was only by chance, I suppose, that you came. Or perhaps some divine intervention? He looks to Waylon, hoping for confirmation here.
These things work mysteriously.
Make a deception check. He's not convinced, and he raises an eyebrow, but he can tell that you are putting up a ruse for maybe
Yeah,
not
if anything,
just
can I
him.
say, like, for this deception check, I almost want, like, I'm kind of trying to do that same thing with Affinity, where it's like, I want Kiki to realize I'm not being totally honest, and maybe we should have a little side chat.
He sort of raises his, like, stony brow and is like, yes, things are not always so direct. Well, we should find shelter, someplace we can burrow away for a while. There, once we have a safe place, things will be easier, I think.
Yeah, there's a cave not too far from here. If we just... Can you swim? Actually, I just realized that.
I do not care
do you
for
float?
it. I sink.
It's okay.
Maybe
I'll
we
just
could just-
freeze. I'll just freeze the river as he goes across.
Or we could just cross the little stream here and go
I can go
north,
beneath
right?
it. You forget.
Oh.
Oh right.
Underneath us, it's a rich world for me to explore. In fact,
Yeah.
I can sense when you walk overhead. So if you would like for me to stay hidden, I can follow below.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yes, I am smarter than
Oh.
I appear.
If we need you, we'll
Hey,
come
don't
twice.
talk about my friend Kiki like that?
Who is... Ah! Yes! I am Kiki to you. Ha ha ha!
You look very smart.
He begins to burrow underground and then goes like underneath to the center of y'all, and then he sticks out his like little tail. It looks like a rattlesnake tail, but it doesn't really rattle. It just sort of wiggles at you, and you can hear his muffled voice. It's strange. He seems to be shifting where his voice comes from to the end of his tail, and then speaking through it like an antenna to you. I can sense where you are and follow you. Lead the way. I shall not let them see us. Well, they may see you, but not me.
Just to be clear, you don't have someone in mind when you say they, right? You just mean in general.
Goblins? Are there more?
I have an odd feeling that there may be no more anywhere, but we'll see. Let us go.
Very well. And with that, you guys are heading back to the cave?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like it.
Alrighty. We are rounding out on the end of the session right now. And we can say that you guys make it back to the cave with Kiki, and if there's anything else you would like to do now, or if you just like to talk, divvy anything up, or ask Kiki more questions, or anything else you would like to do now that we have a little bit of extra downtime. You could plan for the future, things you would like to do, but yeah, you don't. We've got about 8 minutes left here, so anything you guys would like to do.
I have a thing, but it's not really me. So, well, it's Ronnie would like to go to Kel and be like, "Hey, do you think that we were just wrong about that? Because he doesn't look like. Wait, sorry, quick. Oh, see, he doesn't look like the statue we found, right? Covered in legs. He looks like a worm.
Right, actually, so I do have the statue on me. Does
Yes.
it look just like him?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look anything like him because it has legs. That's the main thing. He has almost leg-like appendages that almost come off from his top lip like a mustache, but he doesn't have he doesn't look like a millipede or centipede. He looks like a worm or a snake.
So, Ronnie wants to go to Kel and be like, hey, good call. He seems great. Do you think that, like, he sounds like he's young, I guess, for his type, but is sort of like that statue? Do you think that's what he'll look like later, or is that something else? Because if it's something else, maybe he knows about it and could give us a heads up.
You know, I was so enamored with everything that was going on. That's a fantastic point. I picked up that statue and I was immediately assuming that it was him, but yeah, you're right. It looks nothing like him. We should probably ask him actually if he knows or recognizes anything similar to that. Because if it's him, great. But yeah, we don't want to be walking into like another threat down the line. Do you want to take the lead on that? I can hand you the statue.
Oh, you seem like you two have a good connection. I don't know. I was just
that's a great point, actually. And yeah, I'd like to ask.
Everything everyone else says is a great point. Would you like to do
I'd like
this?
to talk
Oh,
to
the
Kiki
opposite?
about
That's
this.
an even better idea. So you're going to ask him about the statue, specifically?
We found this on the
sure.
corpse of your imprisoner, your warden, I guess. We assumed it was you, but you know, it looks nothing like you. Do you have any idea what this is?
You thought this was me? Oh, I'm sorry, little one. It is funny, as this would have offended my elders very much. It would be like,
Ronnie laughs super awkwardly and embarrassedly.
Oh,
They're glad they let Kel take the lead on this one.
you could never have known. But I am glad you ask. Such a funny thought to worry if I would become such a thoughtless beast. Ah, no. To us, this is like, a boar or an insect. Yes. Or those vile goblins, perhaps. It is a beast. Though I'm sure too those goblins a fearsome one. Perhaps this was a mascot of sorts for them, or just plunder from something they stole. But do not worry, I shall not grow legs or pincers like these any time soon.
Do your people, or do you have a name for this creature?
Let me see. We likely do have a name for it, although it isn't known to me. Our people tend not to do much above ground but observe, and creatures like this tend to live in remote places. I believe this type of thing dwells in deserts, but perhaps not here. Vaster deserts than are on any point of this island. Not something you should worry about now, but maybe in your travels you will encounter one. It is funny to think. For most people that would be a terrible day, but you seem the sort to want to see it.
I honestly very much would. If you can point us in the direction, I would be, so obliged. Just under the table.
Oh, yes, that is correct. Would you like me to dig down and try to see if there is any way I can help you locate what it is you seek, the city of Jerickspawn?
That would be fantastic. If I could ask you for an extra favor, if we could just get kind of the general, if you can give us any information about the general layout of the island.
Of
Like,
course. I can search high and low. Well, mostly low. But I will search as best I can to find any information you might find valuable. I know I must be very strange to you types, and it is true, those above the surface can be cruel. I have learned that. But it is nice to meet those who are pleasant too, so I will be happy to assist all I can. And with that, he's going to dig down. He just zooms straight down through the cave floor and creates a nice little tidy hole for himself, and is gone. You hear it rumbling and then suddenly gone. He moves really fast.
While he's
underground.
down there, I'll just quickly sit rep with Ronnie as I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is, well, actually, no, I guess I should start off with the bad news. It's not him. He doesn't grow into that either. In fact, I suspect this is a very bad thing. We're probably going to bump into a big evil centipede that wants to chop us in half and eat us. But the good news is they live in big deserts, so we're probably not going to see them for a while.
Hell, I swear to those that remain, if you drag us to a desert to meet a giant centipede.
Look, I asked him. He said there's probably not a desert anywhere nearby, so you have nothing to worry about. I didn't ask him for directions to the nearest desert or anything.
Oh
Don't
my god.
read into that too much, but...
And
Is
I
it
definitely...
magical?
I mean...
I'd like to see a magical centipede.
No,
See,
no.
look!
Mm.
Oz is a magical owl after my own heart.
It feels
Oswald
like
seems
it,
very
though.
excited about this thought.
Look, for now, Kiki is just down there. I asked him to give us a layout of the land. If there's a desert, maybe we go there. If not, then you have nothing to worry about anyways. Plus, didn't you want to fuck up the sandwich? Sandwich, sand, desert, it all adds up, guys.
Well, yes, she took an orb out of this cave, orb? I think it was an orb.
What it
But
sounded like, right?
also, we may still want... Do we still... I realize I have been sort of pushy on our things, but there keep being people that need saving. And Polly might still be somewhere.
Yeah, if Kiki's gonna help us off the island, shouldn't we get Tavian?
That's a
We
good
should
point.
get
We
Tavian.
should get
We should
Tavian. We
get
should get
Polly.
Polly.
We could ask Kip. Kip seems pretty happy.
Nah, Kip's good. Kip's Kip. Kip seems like they can take care of him. He can take care of himself.
I think Kip wants to be here.
Until he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Until he doesn't, exactly.
At which point he feels like he could pretty easily leave if he wants to.
Yeah.
He can surf and swim.
Well, we don't even really know where we are, so hopefully when Kiki gets back, he can give us a pretty good idea of like how big this island is, and if there's anything that can help us, get off here or survive. I don't really know what information he's gonna come back with, but anything's better than
Yeah.
nothing.
I guess I've been assuming that it's just beach and jungle, but there could well be, cities or something there that we're just far away from. Well, great job, Kel.
So
Really glad that you made a friend.
blush profusely and kick a stone by my feet.
And on that bombshell, we're gonna wrap things up there. Kel made a friend. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you to all who stopped by, and follow. Let's give a shout out to our dear departed Ink Viral, who will rejoin us next week most likely, and she'll have a lot to catch up on, but luckily that's what the VODs are for. Kelkin made a friend. Right now, we're going to wrap things up. We're going to head out and go over to Sconebone right now. Fantastic streamer. Likely doing some fun retro stuff. Anyone else have any closing words or anything else they want to say or plug?
The music was so good, I thought.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Oddish, for... I did it at the beginning, but I will thank you again. Thank you very much, Oddish, for running the music. Oddish and I spent a lot of time messing with the bot to make cool playlists for this, and Oddish is killing it running this stuff. Thank you to Ruthie as well for being a great mod on the channel. Thank you for all of our friends and mods who stopped by throughout the stream. And yeah, if you want to catch the VODs on this channel, they are all up on YouTube. I'll put the socials link up there now. We're going to raid out to Scone in just a second. It's not working.
Can't believe how
There we go.
hard it was to kill that spoon.
Well,
And we didn't even
Spoon
kill
was
it.
tougher than
We
the
didn't
boss
even-
for you guys.
We left
Yeah.
2 spoons alone in a room.
We could get a ton more spoons later, yeah.
If you
Yeah,
guys
there's
had
gonna be-
revisited it, I was going to make it like a love story where the spoons were now just like weirdly and sensually rubbing against the glass on one another and like a confusing, like, should we like this or be happy or be terrified? What is
I mean,
this?
I
Look
still
away.
believe
This
that
seems inappropriate.
and at some point we're going to try to open a dungeon door and it's going to be like, no, there's a spatula that got stuck.
I'm
Then you
Jonathan,
open-
the neurotic spatula. I'm your new party member. All right, we're gonna bone on over to Sconebone right now, and I want to thank you guys. This was a really fun one. And yeah, hopefully Finn will be back next week, and yeah, we'll put this VOD up ASAP. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Okay, okay, he's doing Parasite Eve again. Awesome.
Paul's having a hard time getting out of her tree. Oh, Shorster. You. Original hardware, baby. Hell yeah,
Okay.